sure everything's working. Make sure everything's working. Cool. All right. Give me a soda pop. That is gross. That's flat. All right. Okay. Let's get started on some noodling and doodling, man. Some background music playing. I am ready to roll. Cool. Oh,
Maddie, are you there?
I am here, my friend.
Are you on the interwebs? Are you live?
I'm live right now.
Oh, jeez. Oh man.
Oh, jeez.
Jeez.
Oh, jeez.
All right, I'm going to Twitch.
Come Twitch.
I am going to Twitch. Oh God. It's adding me. It's doing an ad on me. Okay.
uh,
Well, I'm here. It's fine.
he's here. He's here. Oh, I saw the number bump up one. Hey-oh.
Oh boy.
Let's
Yeah, number go
go.
up. Feel good.
Yeah.
Ooh, we like see number go big.
Big, dude. We're getting big tonight.
Getting big. That's great.
Oh, man. How was your day, man?
It was good. I've had to. So I mentioned I had to move my studio, and it is hot
Oh, that's right.
upstairs, and
Yeah.
that's been. It's only a temporary thing, but the other thing is I have this fan going, and so like, my dog is up here while there's construction happening,
Yeah.
and I will stop drawing for a minute, and I'll come back to my tablet, and it's just covered in dog hair. Because the fan's like blowing the dog hair like all over my desk. So
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah, it's pretty great, I guess.
What we do for love, man.
Yeah, true. So you're still working on this page from yesterday?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and finish this up
Very nice.
tonight. Just basically just a whole bunch of background doodles. Hey-oh. Stat Margot. Thank you for the follow, my friend. Appreciate it.
Woo. Getting them follows.
Yeah. People come and hang out, man. Sick.
It's good. I'm just drawing some demons. You know how I do.
Oh, I know how you do, my friend. I know how you do.
We like demons.
Yes, we do. Dude, I'm excited for Lightbox, man.
Ooh, me too. Yeah,
I'm excited.
I'm glad that you decided to come on this adventure.
Yeah, man. I like you mentioning to me, you're like, I mean, stay at my place or whatever. And then I talked to my boss today, just talking to him, because Fernando, like the dude that's in charge of my department, and I was just talking to him about it. I was like, I don't know if I should do it because this, and that. Like, I gotta save up money if I want to get a house and stuff. And then he's like, but what are the cons, really? Like, what's the negative if you do go? And I was like, I'll be out like a certain amount of money. And then I thought about it, and I was like, well, if I'm gonna be staying with my mom, I'm gonna be saving that money.
Yeah.
So I was like, whatever, I'm doing it. We just like
Oh yeah,
talked for a
dude.
little bit, and he was just like, you answered your own question, man. You should go.
Yeah, man. We're gonna go out there to the and really schmooze these California bigwigs. You know, these
Yeah.
hoity-toity West Coast,
Hoity-toity.
hoity-toity West Coast elites who have
Yeah.
all the money and the jobs.
And we're gonna
And
we're
we're
gonna
gonna get ourselves some jobs.
we're gonna become the elite after that. No.
We're gonna kiss the ground these bastards walk on until they, give us a tiny little scrap of job.
Please.
And
I just,
please,
I just want to work in illustration.
I just want to draw things and be paid for it instead of drawing things for free. Uh, instead of drawing things and literally, it's like costing me money. Practically.
It's costing me money.
Yeah, that's how I feel sometimes though. Like, it's like because I've been doing all these cons and I haven't even been doing that many, and it's just like buying the stuff. Like, oh, I'm gonna get this printed on a keychain or a bunch of stickers or whatever, and you drop the money and you're just like, God, I hope somebody buys this shit. Like,
God, I hope
Jesus,
somebody buys this shit.
it's fucking garbage.
Please, God.
And it's like I call it I'm not being self-deprecating or anything. Some of it shows up and it's just like, this is trash. Like I got these pins from Sticker Mule,
Yeah.
and I was ordering from Sticker Mule. Apparently, there are a bunch of assholes there. Or
Really?
something. I don't really know the details. I'm in some artist group on Facebook that they're like an artist alley kind of group. And I don't know where most of those folks are based out. I should invite you, Manny, because I know you're getting into that scene.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know. There's like a ban on what do you call it? Advertising or like suggesting Sticker Mule as a vendor.
Yeah.
In that group, because I don't know, some kind of shady shit that they've done. Or not even shady. I think it's like a Chick-fil-A situation.
Chick-fil-A situation.
Yeah, they're like a bunch of anti-LGBT people that work there or own it, I should say.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's what I've heard anyway. But long story short, I was not impressed with the pins that I got. They were very gross and ugly.
They're very much not cool.
Yeah.
Oh.
Luckily, I got them on promotion. It was a sales promotion, so they were cheap. But
that's sick. Well, that's good at least. At least they were cheap.
Yeah.
What's up, Okie Jones? Okie Jones? I don't know, I probably messed up your name and I'm sorry, but thank you for the follow. My friend Jones. Looking cool, bro. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it.
I think it's okay. I do you, Jones.
Oh.
That's probably not it.
It's probably...
I'm sorry. That was really offensive.
He comes in here and you start making fun of him. Okay.
I just stared at the name for 20 seconds to come up with a joke, and it wasn't even that good. It was not my best.
Not my best.
That's
cool.
I'll be the first to admit. Not my best.
It's okay. They hate saying it out loud. That's what he said.
Yeah.
So. Or they said.
Yeah, I was writing. I've been writing some like video scripts, and I continually keep like not producing them. Like I'll record some of it, and then I'll just get too lazy to do the editing because that's like the most, time intensive part.
Oh yeah.
But I think so I dug up this script that I had written about like AI art, and I recorded that this morning. But then I was like, I was gonna do one about the AI shit that they used for Secret Invasion.
Yeah.
And then I recorded the whole video, and I called Secret Invasion Secret Wars the entire time because I literally didn't. I like watched the show and I literally didn't know the name of the show. And the entire like 20-minute recording, I'm calling it Secret Wars, and I'm like, fuck this. So I just like trashed the whole thing. I'm like, all right, we're starting over because I wrote this like before the season had ended anyway. So I'm like, whatever.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I was like, I feel like a real dumbass, but also this show sucks, so...
That's what I've heard, man. It's so sad, because freaking Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, the thing about Sam Jackson is he's an excellent actor, but he is also a mercenary. Like, he's almost like Nick Cage in that way. Like, he'll take, like, almost any project.
Yeah.
And, not that he, like, wouldn't take this one for... specific reason, but it also is like, I could just imagine, you know, him like going into the set every day and just being like, okay, I'll say the lines, but I'm not standing up. Like there's this scene where he literally like like the whatever his buddy, his alien scroll buddy is like beating the shit out of some dude that they're there to interrogate.
Uh-huh.
And Nick Fury just pulls up like this antique chair to sit on, and just like sits the
Oh,
entire fight.
I've
Like,
seen that. I've seen that, and he just aims his gun at him the whole time.
yeah, but there's like multiple scenes like that throughout the season. It's really funny.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, like I'm not kidding. Like probably every episode, I would say there's like an action / dramatic scene where Sam Jackson is like sitting for most of it.
Whoa.
And you know, I don't blame the guy because he's, you know, he's older. He's getting up there in years, and he's, you know, he's got that right as a seasoned actor.
Uh-huh.
I imagine it's tough for you know, for folks to say no to him on set.
I mean,
You know,
it's Samuel Jackson. We can't.
yeah,
What kind of chair
exactly.
you want, Sam?
Yeah. Like, I'll take this one. He's like, the props department, you know, really would prefer if you didn't. And then he's just like, no, I think I will. Like, okay, okay, Mr. Jackson, you got it. This is like the director speaking to him.
Yeah. It's like, yeah. You can use that. Yeah. For sure. No
sounds
doubt.
good. That sounds pretty good to me, Sam. He's like, don't call me Sam.
You call me Mr. Jackson, okay?
Call me Mr. Jackson, or I'm walking. But yeah, even in the last episode, like the conceit of the last episode. Do you care about spoilers, Manny? Are you gonna watch this show? This isn't really a spoiler, I guess.
No, I don't really.
It-
I don't really
Well,
care.
it's just like the last scene. The last episode has a scene where Nick Fury is in like a radioactive place, and he's like taking iodine pills, but he's also like getting sick from the radiation.
Yeah.
And it provides an ideal excuse for him to sit for most of the scene. So he's just like squatting, popping a squat, you know, chilling. It's pretty funny. I mean, it's pretty funny in retrospect. I actually didn't even realize it until like I was just talking about it. I was like, oh yeah, he does that actually in several episodes.
He does it every episode.
Yeah. Well, and the other funny part about the show is that, like, you know, it's like Nick Fury's, you know, he's supposed to be a badass. He's a badass in the comics
Yeah.
And stuff. And they never actually show him doing almost anything in this show.
What?
Like he'll just kind of like appear places, you know. It's like, you know, the spy thing would be like, oh, I'm gonna sneak into this place. It's heavily guarded, right?
Yeah.
And the way they handle that in the show is he just sort of like shows up. He just like kind of appears wherever that's gonna be, and they like skip the part where he's actually like doing stuff.
They skip the whole infiltration scene, which is like the coolest part of any espionage film
Yes, exactly.
and
They
game.
skip
Splinter
the
Cell.
infiltration. Yep. This guy, a solid snake, he is not. I will say that much. Yes, no Splinter Cell, no Metal Gear Solid action happening here.
That's sad, dude. That's really
yeah.
sad to hear. I don't like that at all.
At least like Sam Jackson knows how to like deliver lines on like who's that guy? Steven Seagal. He does the same. He pulls the same stunt in all his new movies.
Yeah, he just does a little judo chop. And then...
Yeah, he does a little judo chop. He's like sitting in a roller chair for every other scene, scooting around, you know. Just kind of chilling.
Dude, Steven Seagal, man.
Power to him, yeah.
Oh, so I think Steven might have been watching because somebody left. So, no. He's like, I'm getting out of here.
Steven Seagal, and they were like, yeah, these aren't my people. They're like, yeah, this ain't it, Chief. Sorry.
Yeah. You don't like Steven? No, I'm out of here.
Like my favorite actor and father figure.
The best role model, really.
Best role model a guy can have.
he just plays the same character in every movie that he's in. It's awful.
Yeah, yeah. He's like, yeah, I used to be in the military.
Then I got fat.
Then I got, yeah, then I got fat and old. And I'm gonna recruit like, 5 or 6 of my other fat old friends to go murder some like Russian mobsters because all these movies are filmed in like Eastern Europe.
Yep. Yep. Gosh, so funny. He used to be the big cheese back in the day, man. It's so funny.
Yeah, well, it's like, well, and he even, I guess, from what I understand, he got his start kind of late, even though too. Like he was already like balding in his like earliest roles.
Yeah.
Funny. I feel like there's a lot of like old school action stars that they just wouldn't have made it in today's
Oh, definitely.
cutthroat, like shredded, athletic body.
Dude, they're
environment.
all like chiseled freaking Greek
Yeah,
statues.
Somebody was like, I was like, because I'm pretty, like The Rock is how old? I don't even know.
Oh,
And
yeah.
his physique is like nuts, and
Yeah.
it's like pretty well understood that he probably does like steroids.
Oh,
Like,
definitely.
And
He's
it's not even like he's an actor, like he's not competing in athletics, so it's like who cares?
yeah.
But people were like, really? You think The Rock does steroids?
I'm
I'm
like,
like,
how do you? Yes.
where do you think those veins come from? This is like a 50-year-old man. I actually don't know how old he is. Is he in his 50s?
I think so. I think
Yeah.
so.
I'm like you can't keep doing that forever.
That is like so much to maintain too.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna look like that when you're 80, bro. I don't think he expects to live until. I don't think he expects to live that long.
Yeah. Unless he's he's actually one of those like he's like a little guy piloting a bodysuit.
Yeah, that might be it. That might be it.
He's like a fun little guy. That's why he's so chill.
He's like the dude, the little alien in Men in Black, you know?
Yeah.
And the head opens up, and then it's actually The Rock, like human size.
Yeah.
Inside the monster of The Rock.
Have you ever seen like I think I just saw it was like a video on Instagram. Because I never actually followed this artist, or I don't know. They did like they were like making little pottery sculptures that were like Pokemon, but with Dwayne Johnson's face on them.
No.
Like so it was just like Pikachu with Dwayne Johnson's face and
Oh my
Charmander
God,
with
that's
Dwayne
awesome.
Johnson's like head on it. Yeah, it was like I'm like I can totally like this is an excellent gag gift idea. Like really smart choice by that artist to combine those two things because it just looks goofy as fuck and the guy has such a distinctive face. It's like. I mean, that's just easy money right there.
That's easy. Easy.
Sculptor, yeah. Or I don't even know what you call that. What a pottery person is.
I don't even know. It's awesome, though.
Like, it's not really sculpting. A potter. I think that's what they're. I don't know. They're not making pots, though. They're making little guys. But it's like, man, I don't know. I think I'm losing it a little bit.
It's okay. It's okay. You had a long day, man. You had a long day.
I did have a long day. It was a weird long day. I feel like I didn't get anything done, but I was like still like doing shit all day.
Yeah, I need to update my my Twitch overlay. So, I keep telling myself I'm gonna do it, and then I don't.
How is your Twitch overlay set up? Is that something you do with Twitch, or is that like an OBS thing, or?
Do it in OBS.
Okay.
So, Or what do I use? Do I use OBS or am I using Streamlabs? What am I using here? Let me see. Streamlabs. I'm using Streamlabs. Although my buddy Kevin tells me I should use the other one.
Yeah,
OBS.
I'm not like fancy with OBS. Like, yeah, that's what I use, but it's just it's free. I don't
Yeah.
use Streamlabs free also.
You have a history with free? Is that what you said?
No, it just that I just use OBS because it's free.
Oh, gotcha.
But is Streamlabs also free?
Yeah, it's free.
Yeah.
It's OBS does have a lot more like audio options. Or like you can edit that stuff a bit more. But I mean it's essentially it's the same thing. So I've just been used to using this one, so I've just stuck with it.
Yeah. This one does.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was a bummer when I realized that that Twitch thing is only available to partners. So you gotta grow your following so you're big enough that you can
dang it,
be a Twitch partner. That's step number one.
Yeah.
I guess and then step number two. Well, no, step number one is find an alternative. Step number two is in the meantime, we gotta boost Manny so that he can get a Twitch partnership. and he can get sponsored by like Voodoo Ranger or whatever.
Voodoo Ranger, dude.
Like all of the fucking Twitch people are sponsored by Voodoo Ranger.
Dude, if I got sponsored by Voodoo Ranger, it'd be over, man.
Yeah.
It'd be over.
Yeah, dude, you gotta do it.
I gotta do it.
You gotta do it, man.
Oh, did you see the beer that I designed? Speaking of Voodoo Rangers.
I feel like I did, but I can't remember what it looked like. Did you post it somewhere in like one of the Discords that we're in?
No, I put it on my Instagram, but I have it here on the screen here.
Yeah, that's where I saw it. I saw it on Instagram. Yeah. No, that's sick, dude. That is
Yeah,
so
man.
cool.
This was for the Acme crew at Acme in Greensboro. So that comic shop that was like, hey, we got a commission we want you to do. Design this beer label. I was like, you got it.
That's freaking sweet.
They're like, we'll pay you money. And I was like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool, man. The local comic shop that I kind of frequent. I mean, I mainly do it because my cousin works there, but like, they used to do kind of beer and like game promotion stuff, like at bars and things. But like, half of those were like I was working for a brewery, and so I would like be like, hey, you guys want to partner and do something? And now they don't do any of that. Like they even used to do this like another local brewery had like an art contest with them.
Yeah.
Every year they would like, have it was like a fantasy art like label contest. And the year that I made a design to enter was 2020. And then they canceled the event and never went anywhere. So I mean, honestly, the design was super shit. I probably wouldn't have won, but I think I could muster it now. But now they don't do it anymore. So
dang,
bummer.
Yeah, that was like literally like it was just so random that it happened, but it's like on my bucket list to do a beer label, and I was like, awesome, I can mark that off.
Nice.
Thank you, my friend Jones. Says that's so cool. We'll love to design a beer can. I think you should design a beer can. You can do whatever you want to do. That's right. Positivity up in this channel, okay? I believe in you. I'm a professional hype man.
A bunch of fake, like fake food labels and stuff. Not fake, but just like like fantasy ones.
Dude, it's funny that you say that, because I was talking to my buddy Kevin earlier today, and I was like, I want to do, like, I have this like idea. You know the idea that I had in Steven Spada's class.
Which one? you,
With
you you had like several cool ideas.
simple cool idea. It's like the roguelike comic.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a sci-fi thing. But I'm thinking like I'm gonna do just a whole bunch of concept art for that, like for all the like planets and stuff and like different creatures or whatever.
Yeah.
And I also am thinking about doing like graphic design concepts for like, stores or brands or whatever in that
Yeah.
world. So I can have like a cyberpunk kind of world. I can have like a fantasy kind of world or whatever. I can just like keep going. Um,
I think that's a great idea. It's a good way to like, oh, it's like, oh, do you want to do some graphic design for a convenience store as part of your portfolio? It's like, no, why the hell would I want to do that? Well,
yeah.
what if it was in space or some shit?
What if it was
Like,
a space one?
yeah, what if cool bounty hunters went there to buy their potato chips? It's like, oh yeah, okay, I can do that.
Yeah,
So I'm kind
exactly.
of trying to do that with some of my stuff. Is just like so I can like sell it as an original thing, and then if somebody asks me like, "Hey, you want to do this label? Can I see some of your work?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, I did this. I did this label," and then I can just say something like, and they're like, "Oh, who is this for?" And I'll just be like, "It's for something like make up a company name," and they'll be like, "Oh, I can't find them on the internet." I was like, "Yeah, they went out of business.
Yeah, they went out
They,
of
they,
business. They can't
they
afford
didn't
their
pay
domain
me either.
anymore.
Yeah, they can't afford their domain. They couldn't afford to pay me. It was a real shit show."
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, they're fake.
yeah, yeah, they're fake. Not real.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't think anybody actually cares as long as the work looks good. I mean, it's like if it doesn't look good enough that they would hire you, then it doesn't matter if it's real.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I think you're onto something.
Yeah. So you remember that like coffee hag print that I did, like the sticker that you want to
Yeah.
show that off? Yeah. So I made like two T-shirts. One I gave to my friend because he came with me to my first con, and the other one I kept. But like I was walking around with it one day, and my neighbor was just like, "Oh, is that like a coffee shop around here?" And I was like, "No, this doesn't exist. Like that's like no, I'm just a narcissist. I wear like my merch like just around."
But it's awesome.
But it did it started some conversations, so it was kind of like, oh, maybe I'll just be a walking billboard for my own shit.
I mean, that's kind of what I am a little bit because I have like my mouth breathers shirts that I wear at work.
Oh yeah, but at least you can say somebody else is involved in that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so not a narcissism.
It's like
It's
I'm supporting
team
my boys.
cohesion.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You just got synergy with your lads.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Doom doom. Doom doom. Wait. Boom boom boom. Doom.
Are you playing your same jams as usual? I can't hear it because I had to mute your stream, so I didn't
How dare
echo
you?
in
No.
my brain.
I put a similar playlist on, but it's essentially like dark synthwave kind of stuff. So
Yeah, I was jamming to that
yeah, I like that stuff,
the
man.
other day. Yeah, gets you in the mood to make some cool shit.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Definitely got the sci-fi feel, you know.
So you said last year at Lightbox you brought some comics to hand out. Was that just like your renowned comic, or?
Yeah, yeah, it was the renowned stuff. I might actually have. Ooh, yeah. Actually, I do need to finish some stuff. So I have. We got me and my buddy are gonna do a John Wick book, like a
Oh
little
yeah.
8-pager of that, and um, for the month of October, I want to do. So for Inktober, I want to do Spider-Man stuff,
Yeah.
and that Spider-Man stuff is gonna be like character designs and stuff for like this idea that we want to pitch, you know. So it'll just be like a proof of concept, like look at this, or it'll just like sell it as a fan piece. But mainly would love to work on a Marvel book, but that's if they would let people do whatever they want with their characters, you know, which is probably
Yeah.
never gonna happen. But I think it would be cool. So I'm gonna do a whole bunch of like character designs for that, and then do a little 8-pager for Spider-Man. So it'll just be filled with a whole bunch of crazy stuff, and then sell that as an ash can for other cons and stuff.
Nice.
So I might have a few things ready by the time I fly out.
Oh yeah, dude. Did you
Yeah.
bring a portfolio last time or anything?
I just brought my renowned book. That was
Yeah,
it.
I'm kind of thinking I want to get like a not exactly a because I'm not I don't have the patience for comics. Uh, I just like I gotta draw this guy how many times? Like, ah, shit. Oh, he's got to be looking this way and that. There's got to be backgrounds. Oh no. But I do want to do kind of like a couple of mini like so I've been working on concepts for some like little D&D manuals.
Oh yeah.
Uh, and so like with different kind of themes and stuff. So one of them is going to be like fantasy coffee shop. So the coffee hag, you working with that character, and then having like little like funny little gnome baristas and stuff like
Yeah,
running around, and
that's
like
awesome.
I've got all these ideas for like for drinks that are uh for example the cappuccino, but it's like Kappa, you know, like the demon, like a
Yeah,
kappa,
yeah,
like so it's got like it's like basically just like a little hot chocolate drink with a little marshmallow that's like a kappa head floating in it.
that's
um
awesome,
so
dude.
stuff like that where it's like punny, like cute little things, and then like doing like stats for those items. um and that's it's basically like, oh, I want to have, yeah, like the same concept. I want to, as you're kind of going for, I want to have something to sell at cons, but then it's portable. I can bring it, show somebody what I'm working with, uh,
Yeah,
and
that'd be
just hand out copies, to people.
that'd be a great idea, man. Yeah, I would definitely recommend like getting a little thing printed out or something. Like maybe work on that for the next 2 months and then get it printed out through like a local printer or like an ash can or something, you know?
Yeah,
So that way you just have something to pass along.
yeah, that's the plan,
Yeah.
and hopefully I'll get into a. There's a couple cons that are like right after um, Lightbox.
Yeah.
And I'm really hoping I get into some of those because I need some money. And the other cons that I'm like signed up for, like the ones that are well organized are like already scheduling for like next year.
Oh wow.
For those I'm like confirmed on, but then there's
Nice.
the ones that are like run by a bunch of like bedraggled volunteers, and even though they're huge, they still haven't even like put out applications, and they're like a couple months out, and all the vendors are like losing their shit in the Discord.
Oh yeah, I
Uh,
bet. I bet.
it's really funny to watch. It would be funny if it wasn't like, you know, directly linked to everybody's livelihoods.
Dude, it would be a lot funnier if that didn't happen, but it
Yeah.
is still pretty funny.
It's like, hey, you know how we pay you fuckers a table fee? Like, could you maybe, set up a way for us to give you our money? Uh, we'll give you our money, and be glad to do it if you bring the crowds.
Please. And thank you.
Yeah.
So the con life has been pretty good so far?
I don't know if I'd say pretty good. It's been fun.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
Financially, it's been not so great.
Gotcha.
Say that much. So, you know, it's like I've had commissions here and there to sustain me, and I've got my savings. It's definitely one of those things where, yeah, you want to have like a nest egg when you get started because there's a lot of just like building up your products and your name recognition and all that fun
Yeah.
stuff. But yeah,
But you're doing it,
I don't.
man. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Well, and you're starting at a much. So I saved up some money. You banked a shitload of skills. You've got. I mean, your skill level is just incredible, Manny, and I have no doubt that you'll make it once you commit.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I'm trying, dude. I'm trying.
Yeah. I say I have no doubt for you. I reserve all my doubt for myself.
Come on, man.
Ego in check. No, I mean, I
You got
waffle
this.
back and forth between reckless, uh, insane self-confidence and absolutely, uh, like absolutely dreadful, self, whatever the opposite of confidence is.
Sadness. No kidding.
It's like that word right now.
Self
On up
doubt.
here. Like self-doubt, yeah,
Yeah.
the word that I literally said just a moment ago.
Uh.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking
Words.
for. Words, man.
You're hard, man. You're hard.
They're tough.
Dude, I mean, it's doing the move like that, man. No matter who you are, it's a scary time.
Yeah, well, and I'm like, I've been pretty lucky in my life. Um, like when I went to school, I was on a full scholarship.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, because the people that run this school are idiots. I'm a moron, and they gave me a full ride.
They fell for it. You got him, dude.
Yeah, I got him. I conned him good. Yeah, it really was sort of an accident, though. I think in part it was like,
What?
here's, I mean, like not a literal accident, but like just circumstances arose that gave me an advantage over everybody else. Because, so I decided last minute to take this like logic and reasoning course in high school,
Yeah.
just because I liked the teacher. He taught the philosophy class, and in this logic and reasoning course, they teach like formal and informal logical fallacies. It's like stuff that like nobody cares about. No high schools teach it. Nobody's accredited for it. This random guy happened to be, accredited for it by like some fluke. Like he was like one of the last teachers in Michigan who was accredited in philosophy before they discontinued that as an accreditation. Like,
Whoa.
yeah, and so he's like just happens to be doing that, and I happen to like him enough to take his other class, and that week was basically like a study guide for the test they gave at this scholarship competition.
Yeah.
And it really was, because it's like, oh, if you're good at like thinking about shit and critical reasoning, you can kind of like spot when there's like a red herring or like say I can't remember even the names of all these now, but like but the test was like sort of trivia. It's like, oh, if you don't know like what these are called, you're not like when you do the multiple choice thing, you're just not gonna get the answer right. And I just happened to have taken like a crash course on all that shit that week.
Oh, wow.
and there was like 3 parts to it, but one of the parts was like a group exercise, and we had watched for this class 12 Angry Men. You ever seen that movie, Manny? Like
I think I have.
Like, Henry Fonda. It's like black and white.
Maybe. I can't remember.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
It's
been
like
a while.
it's like they're a jury, you know. Like,
Yeah.
And there's a character in the jury. He's like the foreperson, or the foreman. They would have called him in that movie.
Yeah.
It's foreperson now, but foreman is the old term for it.
Yeah.
And I just like pretended to be him because he was just like sort of a neutral leader kind of guy
Yeah.
in the movie. And rather than argue with everybody in this group activity, I was just like, oh, I'll just be very neutral and sort of like guide the conversation along. And in combination, so like those 2 factors like won me this scholarship, and it was basically just because I happened to switch classes at the last minute. And then I got a full ride. So this is a really long-winded way of saying I'm also treating this period of my life as like my second college experience, you know. Except I'm not paying for it.
Yeah.
But I'm learning a lot, you know.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like I'm justifying it in that way to spare my ego a little bit while I'm, making almost no money.
Hey man.
Yeah.
You gotta do it. You gotta do it. And your lady's pretty supportive about it. I'm sure, right?
She is. Yeah. She's
That's
very
great.
supportive.
That's great.
Yep. My
Look at
dog
that.
has been very supportive.
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
I love
He loves
this.
that I get to stay home all day, except when I, leave him for, a whole weekend to go hang out with a bunch of sweaty nerds.
He loves it when you come back though. Then you can smell all the nerd on you.
Yeah, then I smell like Cheeto dust and hot dogs in
Yeah.
convention centers.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good. Hey Sam.
Oh, hello!
What's up, Sam?
There they are. There's the guys.
It's the guys,
It's
the
us.
boys.
It's us.
Yeah.
We're here. We're hanging out.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
doing stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you doing? What are you doing, huh?
I'm sculpting. I'm trying to finish this project and just be done with it. I got a little bit too into it, but it's a course, and I just gotta get back. I gotta get back to my own projects, guys. And I'm just like this course has been awesome, but I don't want to be in tutorial purgatory anymore. You know
Yep.
what I mean?
Yep.
No, man.
Oh, I know what you mean. I
You
get it.
gotta escape.
Yeah. And so I'm just gonna work on one of my demon pieces next, which I have a pretty good thumbnail for it, and I think I might refine it and then sculpt it.
Yeah, you are.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm working on demons as well. Let's get our demon on.
We're so dark, so demonic,
So demonic.
Just some very dark and spooky boys.
That's right. Getting spooky.
Yeah. Famously, I am very, very spooky boy.
It's true.
Non-binary. Yeah.
It's true. He's a spooky boy. It's a spooky
Yeah,
boyfriend.
boy with a BOI.
B-O-I. Let's get wild.
Let's get let's get loud,
Let's get.
Yeah.
Hey, can I get a profession?
Just any profession.
Any profession.
Plumber.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's good. I was gonna say apothecary, but that's not a profession.
That's a place.
That's a place. A place. Yeah.
Apothecaryist.
What is a person who tends to an apothecary is apothecarist? That can't be the word.
I don't know. I made that up.
You're lying.
Oh wait, no, an apothecary is a profession. I always thought
Oh, okay.
it's
So-
both. It's both. Yeah, I think that the profession preceded our understanding of it as a place. Like, so the place where an apothecary does their work is now also called an apothecary, or a pharmacy. But yes, it is one who prepares and sells drugs or compounds for medicinal purposes. Anyway, plumber. Plumber is better.
A plumber that also sells drugs.
Oh yeah.
Pretty
There you
good.
go.
Yeah.
Best
So
of both
I'm
worlds.
kind of, I'm like, so I was just like, I'm just trying to get inspiration for another demon. And you could do the plumber a couple ways. You know, it's just like, if it's not human, the plumber could be shaped however. And I'm like, what would be the ideal shape for a plumber to be? He might literally be kind of a snaky fella
Oh, it
Yeah.
could be.
that could fit into pipes. Or you
Am I-
could just go the classic plumber archetype, and he's, you know, a big old dude with his pants riding low, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I the only one who's like, really stuck on the idea of Super Mario? Like,
No, I
that's
am definitely
immediately
thinking
what I
about
was
it.
thinking. Yeah, that was my first thought, and I was like, I gotta. Well, the other thing is, like, I just did like kind of a fat, chubby one, but it's like
Oh,
sort of
gotcha.
a reverse cherub situation. So it's like a gross, ugly cherub with a little bow, but he's on like a chair that has wings.
I'm sorry. Do you say a cherub who's on a chair?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Good.
yeah.
Just
It's not nearly that intentional or original. It's just like I'm kind of working off of that other demon piece I did with the baby chair.
That's amazing.
And so that's where the chair part came from, not the cherub.
I love that.
But that's pretty good. I'd say like 50 to 60% of the puns that I do are accidental. Like I don't mean to do them, and then somebody says, "Oh, that's really good. That's funny," and I'll be like,
Yeah.
also on purpose." Which
Totally meant to
I-
do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I did mean to do it.
That's so good. Those are some happy accidents, my friend. I'll tell you what.
Happy ass what?
Happy ass foot. Yeah.
Yeah.
You get it.
Yeah.
Son. You get it. Yeah. This is
I
why
can't
we're
remember
friends.
what the last plumber I met looked like. And I swear to God, the guy sort of just looked like an older Mario. Like he had like a gray mustache. He was sort of like a portly, but not like super rotund older guy.
Uh
Like he looked like if you aged up Mario like 30 years, that's what you get.
huh. That's what you get.
That's what you get. He was very friendly dude.
Was it like, ho ho?
Oh. Okay, thank you for that. Thank you.
Was he jumping around?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he jumped like straight into my toilet and broke the
He
seat.
just started, whoosh, it just disappears. Whoa!
Whoa! Oh my gosh. Guy's nuts.
Comes out of your sink. He's like, yeah, pipes work. You're good.
Yeah, I was like, pipes are clear. Yeah, he pulled a big old thing out of the bath, the drain for the shower. Just
Big old-
dramatic.
Big old thing.
It's like that's what was making it drain so slow.
You shoved this
Giant
rat down the
thing.
pipe. You're not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
It's a song I wrote. Don't mind me.
It's beautiful.
All right, guys, give me an adjective.
Oh,
Obscene.
No. Okay.
No? Do you want something a little bit more like physical?
Yes, but also no. It's just like no, I don't want to say. I don't want to say what I'm using it for yet.
Okay. Do you want another one?
Yeah, give me another one.
Yeah. How about sprightly?
Sprightly. Okay.
right there. Yeah,
I'm
it's
drawing
like-
horns.
Yeah.
Uh,
We'll also take dainty. You know, but is
Yeah.
that kind of energy right now?
Yeah, which is funny because I've got it on this big old guy, and I actually think that contrast might work. But obscene and horns, I would just draw him dick horns.
Dick horns.
That's not really what
Mm-hmm.
I need right now because I plan to show this to polite company someday.
I mean, you could still, depending on what company it is.
Hey, not yeah, that's true. Try to get one of those bad dragon sponsorships. Like Meat Canyon has.
See?
Man, hold on, fellas. I'll be right back.
Yep.
Okay.
Whoa. Whoa. Just doodling, man. Just doodling hard.
Doodle it.
Definitely not
Doodle.
doodling soft,
Yeah.
It's definitely a hard doodle.
Look, if Lightbox is gonna be anything, it's gonna be hard. Okay.
Right?
It's not gonna be soft. So might as well start prepping for it now, dude. I can't believe it's almost August.
I know.
And then it's September, and then it's October.
Yeah. Hopefully I'll have a few more ash cans done. So
Nice.
I was telling Nate that I wanted to do, like me and Kevin are trying to do a little Spider-Man ash can. So I want to do that for Inktober, and then that'll also help me out with having some like fan art at the table for the next Comic-Con that I go to.
Yeah, yeah.
So to get more people, like more familiarity at the table, more interest, but also like my take on the Marvel stuff would be fun.
I kind of want to actually do Inktober this year for the first time.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think it would be good for me. But once again, I don't draw, so I don't even know why I brought that up. To be very honest with you.
You can always, you could do little doodles, little pen doodles and stuff.
I do actually still draw, and I draw quite a bit. I do. I'm like kind of in love with painting. The idea of painting again. This is so funny. Like, I'm funny. But I don't think that's. I don't think look, sculpting. Everything I believe about sculpting is still true in the sense that like more than anything I've done, it is still like my hand feels the most comfortable when I sculpt. But it's cool to not have to choose,
Yeah.
And I actually do think that like part of why art's been so cool for me the last few weeks is that I don't feel beholden to anything. I don't feel like any particular tool or medium's my master,
Yeah.
And that makes them my friends. That makes them my allies. It's kind of like this. I don't want to overstate this analogy, but like it's kind of like how when people get hyperfixated on a romantic partner and then they like expect their romantic partner to be everything for them.
Yeah.
And it's like that's really dangerous because I don't think any human being is meant to be everything for us. It's by analogy. I think that like when I hyperfixated on a single tool and medium, what happens? There was a lot of things happens, but one of the things that happens is that I basically expect it to save me, if that makes sense. Like I expect it to solve all of my art problems, and I just feel like I don't want to have to do that to any. Like I don't. That's not drawing's fault, It's not drawing's fault. Like I don't want drawing to feel like it has to be the end all be all of my existence.
Yeah. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. So it's like I draw sometimes, I paint sometimes. Oh, Nate's back. We can stop talking about him.
So we get
I've been listening for a little bit, and I didn't want to jump in on your
My
epic
shit.
monologue.
On my shit.
Yeah.
On the poo poo.
On the poo poo pee pee.
The poo poo pee pee. Ooh. Poo poo pee pee. Yes.
Oh no. I think he's broken, Nate.
The Manny that we ordered is broken already. Yeah, so you're gonna have to call the manufacturer and have to tip him upside down to get the serial number.
Gonna have to blow into the cartridge real quick.
You're gonna have to blow into that big vacuous rectangular hole on the bottom, the bottom of it.
Is that what Street X is about?
Is that what's? Yeah,
Yep.
I
yeah.
knew it. Honestly, I knew it this whole time. Not gonna lie.
Sometimes it gets dusty up in there, and you gotta.
Yeah, you gotta you gotta blow on it.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Okay.
And then you
Yeah.
plug it back in. Yeah. It's,
Yeah,
it works
always-
most of the time.
works. How does that joke go? Works 50% of the time, every time.
It's just
There we go. We got there.
we made it.
Oh, so like apparently aliens are a thing now. That's weird.
Yeah.
There's no actual evidence for it, to be very clear. There's no real evidence for it, but what I love is like how unfazed everyone is. That's how fucked everyone. That's how fucked everyone is these days. Is like, oh, okay. I mean, are the aliens gonna pay my bills? Then okay, no, I'm not interested. Yeah.
Yeah.
People have been saying that aliens existing is inevitable for long enough that I think everybody is just like, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. That's how I feel actually, and I think that like for me, it's not relevant until it's relevant. If that makes sense. Like it's if there's some event that arises out of that fact, I think then obviously we'll all brace for it. Like if it were an invasion, although all signs point to them being non-hostile, which makes sense because if they were hostile, we would have died a long time ago. I don't think we
Yeah.
would have any chance. So
Right.
it seems.
Yeah, what's funny is I think the only like situation where they would be hostile is if they're just like sadists. Like they just feel like coming to mess us up, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, which like fair. Like I mean,
Yeah.
we're not like that. So
Right, right.
Yeah.
It's like if they could get here, like getting here to plunder our resources would just be so inefficient.
Yeah.
Like like if they could get here, they don't need anything that we have.
not the least of reasons being that we don't got a lot anymore. We're destroying it. So
We've used it.
yeah, we've used it. So
Yeah. We have a lot of buttholes. That,
Yes, and they're like, we can
Current
probe
aliens.
those.
They love those. They absolutely love them, and we do have a lot of those. So, seems like that could be a motive.
Hey man, I saw a UFO not too long ago. I'm not
You
even.
really?
I'm like, yeah, I'm not even kidding, dude.
oh no, I fully believe you.
Now, as a non-aviation expert, anything that I see in the sky that I don't know what it is a UFO. So
No, it was
it's unidentified.
a giant polygon with green lights blinking around it, and there was no sound, even though it was so close. It should.
Yeah.
You should have heard the engines go. Like if it was a plane, you'd hear it, right?
Sure.
But no, there's nothing. It was
Where was
just-
this?
This was like was it 2 years ago? This was like 5 minutes down the road from where I am right now.
Hmm.
I was at a
Nice.
party, and then me and my buddy were looking up at the sky, and then I was like, what the hell is that?
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
And then I took a picture of it, and of course it's like a Bigfoot picture, so.
Yeah.
Because it was like
Yeah.
right at the time of day where it's just like super blue outside. You know when the sky is blue when it's like at nighttime, right? It's like very navy blue like, you know? And then the camera just like auto corrects the image, right? So it made it darker than it was, but you could clearly see the polygon just moving, and it was very slow. It was very slow. And then it was gone.
That's great. I do wonder like, okay, if they're watching us, like well, number one is like, what do they think? You know, and I entertain this idea a lot from just like the notion of provincializing our experience, and what I mean by that is like it's this term that I got from law school that I really like, just the idea of putting things in their province, right? By provincializing things, we kind of do the opposite of taking them for granted, right? We assume as human beings that the things that actually make us uniquely human are just given. Like I've always thought it was sus when we're like, oh yeah, like love is cosmic. I'm like, yeah, Homo sapiens would say that because they're really into like as herd mammals, like love, what we can interpret to be love is in fact like a primary value, right? Like evolutionary value even. Nothing wrong with that. It's just funny that like we think that that's a universal, like that would be in the cosmos, you know? It might not be. Some version of it might be, but like it's, yeah, not necessarily the way that we interpret it. So it's just like thinking about extraterrestrials watching us, you know, I can't help but to think like, what is uniquely human about humans, you know? And one thing, I honestly, one big thing that really jumps out at me is I think we're kind of a mess, to be honest. Like that's one big simple thing. We're very we haven't gone to the phase of our evolution and our civilization where we're actually really untethered from the worst excesses of our bodies. Like it's like my brain still goes into fight or flight even though I have not been in actual physical danger probably for most of my life. It just seems weird that I still have that wiring, and seems unnecessary and very not helpful.
Right. You have the same like fight or flight response when you're about to like go take a big test as you
Yeah.
would have getting like chased by a predator in the wild.
Exactly. It seems like a bug, not a feature. You know, like it seems not helpful. So yeah, so I think when aliens watch us, like assuming that they got here, that they kind of like have something resembling enlightenment, you know, at least relative to our experience. Yeah, I just like it just strikes me that they must feel bad for us. But that's probably one thing.
I guess we'll
Yeah.
help them out. They need to
Yeah.
know what AI can actually do.
Yeah, yeah,
This is why this is part of the reason why I stopped being able to take the show Doctor Who seriously enough to like continue watching it, because it's partly for budgetary reasons, but partly just like it became a narrative, you know, theme of the show is just like centralizing human and human-like experiences
yes,
as like the primary thing in the universe. And like there's this episode where they go to like the literal end of time, and Doctor Who, whatever, the doctor makes some comment because all it's like a bunch of humans like huddled on this rock, and he makes some comment about how they've been unchanged for millennia or something, and it's like we've like literally documented, you know, changes to our, you know, physiology and psychology that have happened in the last, you know, 100 years. Like it's not like like the notion of the human race surviving unchanged is such like a patently absurd like sci-fi concept that it's almost offensive. Like, it's
yes.
almost-
I totally agree. By the way, we've got somebody in chat, Funky Flashman. Hello.
Oh,
Who
so Noah.
who says, do we know them, Manny? Do you know them?
Yeah, I went to college with him.
Cool.
Noah.
Hello.
What's
Oh,
up,
that's
dude?
sorry. That's I don't know why I already forgot your username, Noah. Says my theory is that the UFOs we see are alien tourist buses. I mean,
Look at them. They're
valid.
idiots.
Yeah, valid,
or
valid.
it's like going, you know, like I almost, you know, it's like the boring science stuff that biologists have to do, like where they just go
Oh,
and, like,
yeah.
look at like some creature, you
We're
know, and
we're on
observe it.
assignment to Terra,
Yeah.
which is on assignment.
Yeah.
But I going to your thing, Nate, is like 100%. Like I've always, I feel like it takes. There's not a lot of good sci-fi out there that really like has contended with the like centralizing things. It takes in a particularly enlightened view. Also, that stuff doesn't like go to linear media very well. I'm sure there are books
Yeah.
about that though. I'm trying to think of
Yeah,
it.
there's like
Oh, like
short
Ursula Le
stories.
Guin's books, for example, really
Yeah.
touch on that stuff. Yeah.
I think it's like hard to do long form narrative outside of a human perspective, which obviously makes a lot of sense, right? It's fun to explore those perspectives in like bite-sized forms, but it would be really tough to make that work uh, at like scale and for like TV and movies and stuff where well your only choice of actors are like a select few mammals that you can train and humans. So
Yeah. 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 But it does make our experience quaint, and part of the meta joke of like I don't know if you're all on the Tic Tacs, but
Tic Tacs.
the whole meme right now is like that we are people are self-awarely unbothered by the news that there might be aliens, and what I mean by self-awarely unbothered is that like we recognize that if true it'd be probably the story of like the greatest story in human history, right? But it turns out that the shit we're dealing with is so ridiculous and so absurd that doesn't phase us. And I think that's an interesting thing, and like that itself is kind of an indictment of the human condition. um and yeah, I mean honestly, like I'm just kind of like speaking of like my specific provincial life, and it's like yeah, unless aliens showing up means that I don't have to go to work, I don't know what it really like. I don't know what to do with that. That's like that information, right? I don't really know what to do with it.
Yeah, it doesn't really change anything. It's like, oh, they exist. Great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, so what am I gonna eat for dinner?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
Oh, I guess I could stream. Um, as I'm just working on some stuff, finishing
Okay.
up this project.
You can do that.
Yeah, I gotta say, Nate, Scott Flanders, oh, we have someone in chat named, sorry if I pronounce this wrong, Jalent Witch? Yeah. Oh, no, Jalen
Oh
Twitch.
yeah.
Okay, I read Witch. Okay, my bad.
Hey.
I'm dumb. It says, hey all. Uh, I have a lot of great. I'm Sam. Let's see. And then Okito Jones says, you're reminding of the book All Tomorrows. You may have heard of it, but you might find it interesting. I have not heard of it, but I am going to look it up now. All Tomorrows by C.M. Kuzmin. A hypothetical future path of human evolution set from the near future to a billion years from the present. Hell yes. Okay, and I guess like this cover is amazing. Let me put it in chat. Boop. That cover, who I don't know who did that,
I'll
is
look at that real quick.
yeah. So this is also part of that kind of like
Oh.
that counterfactual, that provincialization kind of project that I was talking about is like this this goes into like we take for granted that we evolved from mammals, right? And like and what if that were not the case? And what would our values be if we were more directly like we were more of a branch off of the reptilian? I mean, all we're technically reptiles, but like more noticeably reptilian, like what would the values there be? Would it actually be will, or like that is will or directness that is actually the primary value? The fact that like all of our stories and songs are about love is very sus, because it's like I don't know that that's really cosmically true. Manny will kind of know who I am if you tell him he needs to go to Comic Art Fans, lol.
Yes. It's idea. It's idea. I know what that is. Idea of evil.
Oh, yes, hello.
Right?
You,
Right? Was that the username? Yeah. So anyway, I made a Comic Art Fans page. I haven't uploaded anything yet, but I made one last night. So I told you, I win. They're like, you're not gonna do it, and I was like, you watch me, and I signed off, and I was like, I'm so tired, but I'm gonna make this real quick. Anyway,
You mustered the discipline to do that instead of playing New Vegas.
yep, yep.
Are you playing New Vegas right now?
No, not right now.
Oh,
Uh,
oh no, you. Oh, I see. You. Sorry, I thought Nate was. Um,
No, no,
oh,
no. I'm not. Well, I mean, right now, in the sense of literally right now, I'm not. I sort of started a new playthrough on my Steam Deck, and but
nice.
I've left my Steam Deck uncharged for the past like week and a half, so I don't play video games.
so I mentioned I beat Ganon in Tears of the Kingdom. So I started playing FF16. I it says this is unfortunate. I've been falling asleep. It's a very slow game.
Are you falling asleep during the cutscenes, or?
Yeah, I mean it's also the beginning of the game is like very passive. Like it's very linear and very passive, and I it just began to open up a little bit, but to be honest, it's like especially compared to Tears of the Kingdom, which was very very fast paced. It's like it's actually been kind of hard to play. The combat's cool. It's stunning visually. It's stunning, and I care about the story. Like I care about the characters, but you know when I sit down to play, it's because I'm trying to get into a specific mindset of especially like action adventure. I I feel like I got to go play like Apex Legends or something.
Ah, Apex Legends.
Go back to one of those games.
Not me. I suck at those games so hard.
Jalen/idea says now you've registered. Oh, actually, Noah says ew discipline. Well, valid. Jalen says now you've registered to a website you'll forget about and won't know what it is when you get the yearly happy birthday auto emails from it. So true.
No. No, I'm gonna once I come back from the Comic Con that I'm going to tomorrow in Hickory, North Carolina. So if anyone's out in Hickory, North Carolina, I will be out there at the Mouth Breathers booth. But um, once I come back, I'm gonna be uploading some stuff from the renowned books, and then see what happens. I don't know. I'm also going to be working on some ash cans, so I'm going to be working on a little John Wick book. I'll put that on there once it's done, and some other stuff. See what happens. I don't know.
Who knows?
Yeah,
Anything could happen.
anything, anything at all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Manny,
yeah. What's up?
if we meet up and you turn out to not be a sweaty, disgusting slob monster or
Yeah,
something,
yeah.
yeah, we should maybe think about doing a con where we like meet up halfway or something. Like, if you're not literally like a literal catfish man.
Little
You're actually
catfish man. I'm
Annie,
the alien from Star Wars.
yeah.
It's a trap.
Annie, should I tell him? Should I tell him about how you're a gross man child?
Yeah, you should tell him. Let
Or
it
should we just wait? Should we just wait for Lightbox? We should
just rip the Band-Aid off.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should just wait. Yeah.
You just like totally trash my cousin's place because you're like, you know, I don't know, sloughing off like your excess skin,
Oh God.
like some kind of like lizard beast. But it's kind of slimy. It's like you're like a big salamander creature.
Yeah, that'd be so gross. That should be a little comic, honestly.
Yeah. Like you finally meet one of your internet friends and they're just like a big
They're just an
giant
alien.
but they're like still like they're still really nice because it's like the opposite of the story. It's like, oh, this guy they like played nice on this thing and then they're
It's a total
like an
jerk.
asshole IRL, but it's
Yeah.
just that they're actually just an alien who has a skin condition.
This whole time?
This whole time. This whole time, guys.
Whole
I'm-
time.
I
No, but
just need another
seriously.
place to shed my skin. That's
Yeah. If you ever feel like doing a road trip, and we should if there's a good con between here and North Carolina.
Dude, I'd definitely be down to do that.
Yeah.
we'd have to figure out what
Yeah,
con
it's
we'd
like
want to do, but
right. It's like the kind of thing where you know it's I don't want to make this a thing where I have to travel too far afield unless there's like somebody you can partner up with and share expenses and whatnot.
yeah, no,
So
that would help out a lot too, man. So
yeah.
that'd be sweet. I'm down. Start looking at cons across the country at
Hans,
midpoints.
Hans across America.
Conning like a champion. Oh, it's too quiet. I need to put my music back on. What's going on?
Oh, oh yeah.
What happened? There we go. There it is. Oh, it's only an hour long. That's
That's how they get you. I don't know what exactly they're getting you with, but
so they're like, ha, free copyright music for an hour. Stupid. We need to cut this man off. It's been an hour.
using up all of our server energy.
We need to save. Hmm. What was I
Yeah,
gonna do?
my sketching is devolving. I can feel the energies
The energy.
you know, leaving my corporeal form.
I know kung fu.
Yeah.
Show me.
Whoa.
Whoa. He's just the character from Bill and Ted. Just
Yeah.
whoa. I know kung fu. Excellent. Neo, you are the one. Sweet.
Don't talk too much shit about the man who was my sexual awakening, okay? Like,
Nobody's talking shit. This is purely praise.
I love that man with all my heart. I want to be
Same.
Keanu. Oh my gosh. John Wick.
I-
Holy
yeah,
smokes.
yeah, I still love him and I still love the John Wick form, but there's something about like the 90s and aughts, like that whole era, like Bill and Ted, yeah, freaking, even Speed was actually, if anything, was my sexual awakening. It was Keanu in Speed.
Speed
I
is
haven't really
pretty
seen
great.
a lot of those older Keanu movies. I mean, I've seen like Bill and Ted, but yeah, like what was the one? Johnny Mnemonic. I haven't seen that one. I'm not sure.
Oh
if
my
that's
gosh,
actually
I haven't even thought of that in forever.
Yeah, it's like there was like a slew of movies that he did that like, and then The Matrix came along and sort of jump started his fame.
Yeah. Kind of like John Wick, man.
Yeah. Well, I've recently, I don't know why, but like I saw some footage of Keanu on the set of the first Matrix, and he was like in a neck brace, like for a bunch of the fight scenes,
Really?
and that's why his like movements and his like that's why he like doesn't like bend his back a lot. He's like really stiff in a lot of those fights. It's because he would like literally was doing all these stunts in a neck brace because he had like an operation.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
No way. That's real?
yeah. It's real.
What?
It's crazy. Guy's nuts.
That's
I'm
awesome.
honestly not surprised by that at all.
I gotta make this movie. No, we have to do it today.
It's like, does anybody else know kung fu?
Cause
Didn't
I do.
think so.
Didn't think so. Get out of the way, Wachowski. God.
God.
Jalen says you can always skip ahead in line to San Diego if you'd be willing to babysit a certain legend's 9 kids. LOL. Yes. And it also says no Bram Stoker's Keanu Love with his perfect British accent. Whoa with. Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa. I also like that version of him. I also like that version. I'll take him in many forms. Did anyone watch that one Netflix movie with Ali Wong? Always Be My Maybe.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah, where
he's
he
in there
shows
too.
up.
Plays
Yeah.
himself. He
Plays
plays
himself.
himself.
Yeah.
I like Jer Keanu. Perfect.
Yeah. It's
Absolutely
amazing. He's just like so full of himself in the movie, and then but he's also still nice because he calls them a cab and everything and pays for it.
But he gets the standard, like, not Uber X. He gets like the light version or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
So good.
It's great. That's a good movie. That's a fun little movie right there.
Yeah, that was fun.
Oh, did you like it?
Well,
Did you guys like it?
I did, yeah. I didn't know what to expect from it, but I had a good time. I had a good time.
It's been a while since I watched it. I'm pretty sure it was like me and my. It's before my fiance was living with me, and we watched it on like the twin bed at her apartment or whatever. Like just like on her laptop. Like, she didn't have a TV in her room, so yeah, you know.
That's
Good
awesome.
movie.
On the laptop. Hey man, I did the same thing with a girl I was dating at the time, with John Wick. We watched it on my iPad.
Dude. Yeah, I mean,
We just had
bro,
nothing to
any-
do, and I had that movie on my iPad, and she was like, "You want to watch
Yeah.
John Wick?" And I was like, "Well, yeah."
Like, why do you think I have it on my iPad?
Yeah, exactly.
I literally watch it every day. It's actually getting around the time where I was going to kick you out, but since you also want to watch John Wick, I guess you can stay.
I guess you could stay.
It's like you're at her apartment.
You
Like,
want to watch John Wick? Whip out the iPad.
if you don't want to watch it, that's fine. I'm just gonna need you to leave for
I'm
an
just kidding.
hour.
You're
and a
at
half.
my house. No.
No, listen. If I have to go somewhere, it's gonna delay starting the movie. Feel me?
Oh yeah, you're definitely alone, because I fucking love John Wick. John Wick 1 is one of the best action movies ever created in the past 10 years, or however
Still
long it's
haven't
been.
seen the third one.
First one, masterpiece. The other ones, add on to it. It's great.
Yeah.
Those are
I've only
more-
seen the first one. I imagine I would love the other ones as well.
I mean, it's just a fun time. It's literally like a video game movie. With John Wick says like one thing, and it's like, don't fuck with John Wick, and someone fucked with John Wick, and he just goes off. He just starts killing everybody. And then along with that, like, every character has a color palette, which is amazing. So it's like you see John Wick, he's always in blue, right? And then when he's in the lion's den of like the Russian mobsters and stuff, then you see the reds come out and everything. Then he's surrounded. He's surrounded by red, and then there's a sliver of blue on John Wick. It's beautiful. And then on top of this, okay, the wide shot fight scenes, and he's actually flipping people over. This isn't Steven Seagal fighting, okay? This is actually John Wick doing judo and shit, flipping people around. It's not the most insane thing you've ever seen in your life, but it's fucking fun.
Yeah, just like the, stunts that have some crunch to them that just
Yeah.
they're actually like there's something happening.
Yeah.
Somebody's been trained to do a thing and they're executing it on camera.
Yep.
As opposed to in post.
Yep.
It's
There's a lot of
it's nice
respect
to
for
see
that. like seeing him actually do those stunts and stuff is pretty cool. Now he's not doing the stunts where he gets hit by a car and stuff. That's somebody else, but it's still like they're doing a lot of stunts in that. Um, like the director who he was the director was also the stunt coordinator on The Matrix, and that's how Keanu Reeves and him met. Is it Chad
Right.
Stalinsky or something? Um,
Okay.
I can't remember his whole name, but anyway, he's like coordinating all these stunts, or not coordinating all of them, but there's like a love of doing stunts in this movie, in all the movies, and then they just up it every time. And he's also, you see Keanu Reeves at the range actually moving around and doing these crazy movements and stuff. And then you watch Jason Bourne, and you're like, oh, yeah, these movies suck.
Well, and it's funny because I remember Jason Bourne at the time being kind of like, it's like, oh, it's grittier James Bond,
Yeah.
and like I remember liking the first Jason Bourne, and I haven't gone back to it really. I couldn't really get into the other ones,
Uh-huh.
but
For good reason.
yeah, I don't really remember much about them.
Yeah.
But then they like Jason Bourneified, uh, what do you call it? Um, who's that British guy? James Bond.
Jason Statham.
No, they it was literally like they took the lessons from so I'm pretty sure Jason Bourne, yeah, it came out before the Daniel Craig James Bonds,
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and there's like a ton of influence there. But it's really funny, like going back to watch movies kind of from that era, and they really date themselves in a way that I hadn't expected. It was like early cell phone days, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
and like I swear, like Casino Royale is really bad about this, where it's like so many of like the things that James Bond learns to like advance the plot, he just like gets in text messages or by looking at somebody else's text messages, or like it's like it's just like it becomes so glaring when you watch it again and you're just like, oh, this did not age well in terms of the
The tech.
like the tech, and like you know uh making an interesting spy movie. It's like at the time I'm sure this kind of hit because it was sort of like a newer thing, but now it's just like,
Yeah, those Blackberries,
yeah,
man. Holy
these people need to
smokes.
stop like leaving their phones around. Yeah. Like, why are they leaving their phone? Like, why is everything, just showing up on these people's phones? Like,
I
yeah,
remember watching Casino Royale when it came out, and I didn't really enjoy it as much because I was a big James Bond fan when I was a kid, and then I
mhm.
watched Casino Royale, and I was like, I don't like this movie.
It's yeah, I
It's
think I
just not
do
as fun.
remember liking it, but it definitely isn't as fun. Yeah, I remember because my grandma really liked the Sean Connery,
Oh yeah,
uh, James
of
Bond
course,
stuff, and she was
classics.
super into that, and so
Roger Moore
we'd
and
watch
stuff.
them together,
Yeah.
and even like the Pierce Brosnan stuff, like
Oh yeah, dude, that was
because
my
that was like
favorite.
when we were growing up, like
Yeah,
uh,
that was my James
so
Bond.
yeah, yeah,
He
same.
feels like he's like another Roger Moore. That is the other James Bond, right? Roger Moore.
There's a couple others, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. But it's like they almost look like Pierce Brosnan and that guy looked pretty similar
yeah,
in the
yeah.
face.
There's what is it? Timothy Dalton did like one movie, I think. He's the supermarket guy from Hot Fuzz. You know who I'm talking about?
Supermarket guy from Hot Fuzz.
Yeah, he runs the supermarché. He, uh, he's like the villain, one of the main villains.
Oh man, I can't remember.
He's got a mustache. He's a fun runner.
He's a fun runner.
Yeah, I just remember that. I watched that movie a couple weeks ago, um,
I haven't
and
seen it in so long, so
just like one of my favorite lines is when Simon Pegg is confronting him about like it's like when the florist lady gets stabbed, and he's confronting the guy, like Timothy Dalton, about who stabbed him or who stabbed, like he's like basically going to arrest the guy, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, and you made your escape using your prodigious skill as a fun runner. And then he like pulls back his like pant leg to reveal this scar he's supposed to have, but he doesn't have the scar, and he pulls back the other pant leg. It's a great scene.
I need to watch it again, man. I need to
Oh,
watch it
Dalton
again.
was in 2 movies. It was Lazenby that only did 1. Okay. I got
Oh.
some. I still say Yarp and Narp sometimes. Yeah, yeah.
James Bond
God,
started
that was a
copying every
movie.
franchise.
Hey gents, I hate to leave, but I'm gonna do the last bit of this tutorial, and it involves me going into mute mode. So I might as well jump off.
All right, my friend.
Have a good night, as the kids say.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You do
Okay.
the same, my friend.
Good
You
luck
do
on
the
your
same.
tutorial.
Thank you, you're
Yes.
cute. Bye.
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 Wait, let me scroll up this chat real quick. I definitely want to try again, but I remember every other scene was just, oh shit, it's John Wick, and then people would walk off screen and nothing would happen. At least in 2, he had to fight people. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. You need to watch that again. I think you fell asleep. Would you? I mean, you see him fight people. You see him flip him over and shoot him in the head again after he shoots him in the chest, and then kicks one dude, runs out of ammo, reloads, and then as that dude's still stunned, he shoots him in the face.
That's pretty sick.
And the whole open, like the dinner for 12 scene. Oh my, yeah, you need to rewatch it. You need to rewatch it.
I think the first time I saw John Wick, it was like we were at I was at a friend's house and we did a double feature of that and Fury Road.
Oh,
It's like, God damn, what a night! What a night of
Yep.
movie magic!
yep,
My God.
yep. That's good stuff. That's good stuff right there. Fury Road blew my mind. I saw that 2 or 3 times in theaters.
Oh damn.
Yeah, my friend, like I saw it with some friends, and then I saw it again with some coworkers because we worked right next to a movie theater, and they're like, "Hey, you want to see Fury Road?" I was like, "I've already seen it, but I'll definitely watch it again."
Yeah. I think let's see. I recently I saw Guardians of the Galaxy 3 actually twice.
Oh, I still haven't seen that, which I need to
Yeah,
watch.
and I was trying to think of the last movie I saw multiple times in theaters, and I guess technically it's that one, which I would say was worth the ticket both times.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, probably one of the better, probably the best. It was my favorite Marvel thing in the past. I don't know, for a long time.
Dude, I remember the first one coming out because I pretty much knew nothing of Guardians of the Galaxy. So I was like every other Marvel moviegoer, I guess,
Right. Yeah.
on that one. But like going to it, not expecting much of it, and then like I was pleasantly surprised. I had a really fun time. I was like, holy cow, this was great.
Yeah.
This blew my
Sort of,
mind a little bit. I had a
It's
fun
sort of
time.
like that all over again with this one because I was like, yeah, Marvel's kind of been pooping the bed lately. I'm not really that excited to see this. And then I was like, okay, this was
Actually,
pretty good.
yeah, James Gunn, man.
Yeah.
He knows a
Guy
thing or
knows what he's
two.
doing. Yeah.
He's a big nerd, apparently. Big nerd. Big comic guy. So,
That's what
That's-
you need to be to make
make,
these movies, apparently.
I guess so. I guess so, man.
I'm
Because
like,
he made Suicide Squad really good, really fun.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Not like that chick who did the Eternals. Who I don't think she's ever read a comic book. Probably, I assume. I don't know.
I don't think she's ever.
Yeah, I know. She directed like one movie that was like super critically acclaimed.
Uh huh.
Nomadland. It's like a very artsy kind of movie.
I
But
don't know.
apparently, like like her dad is just like a Chinese like steel baron or something. Like, that's
Whoa.
yeah. Which I was like, oh shit. Like, okay, interesting.
Okay.
I assume that's how she broke into the film industry with steel money.
It was steal money.
Very very old school. Uh,
Super old school.
great Gatsby shit. Yeah.
Dude, the thing about those Great Gatsby books is that it's about rich people having rich people problems. And I
Yeah.
don't know why people love that book so much.
I think people love it for the wrong reasons. I actually don't think I've ever read The Great Gatsby. But I always was told that the point of it was like sort of lampooning the rich, um, and like making fun of people who glorify the rich, kind of. But everybody takes the wrong lesson from it and just wants to have cool like 20s themed parties, you know?
Yeah, and that's pretty much the movie.
Yeah, right.
It's like, look how much fun we're having. Yes.
Yeah.
It's like, no, that's not the. Oh, God. It's like, look at Leonardo. Isn't he fucking handsome? Yeah. I just remember he fought Daniel Radcliffe, not the Harry Potter kid, but the guy who was an agent in Matrix sequel because he knew martial arts, and Keanu probably brought him into John Wick to do club fights, and just because they knew each other. That's probably it. Yeah. I know they brought in a few other people in the sequels because they like them. They like working with them. I mean, why not? It's just a fun time, man. It's just a fun time. You watch those movies. It's simple to understand. It's someone fucking killed my dog. I'm gonna kill everybody. That's all you need. That's all you need. They got my money, man. Along with cool fights and style, and then Keanu just going, yeah. It's it's amazing. It's fantastic.
Pretty sick.
I'm clearly a John Wick fanboy, so I'm gonna defend this. I'm gonna defend this all night. I know this. 'Cause everyone I tell them, everyone I tell to watch John Wick, they watch and they're like, "You're right. It's amazing. It's amazing." I'm like, I know. You're welcome. What was I gonna do? What was I gonna do? I gotta either black this out or I'm gonna put some lines in there. Put some lines. Put some lines in there. Put some lines. Put some lines in there. Put some lines. Okay. Like John Wick 2, 3 wasn't as good as 2, but better than 1, which I hate saying that because I hate Halle Berry. What? What? What?
Is Halle Berry in the third one or the? I don't know. I haven't seen
Was
that
she
one.
in the second one? She wasn't in wait, was she in the second one? Now I can't remember. I'm
I don't
confusing both the
remember her in the
movies, all the
second.
movies. This is the second one. What happens in the second one? Gets his house burnt down. Third one, he's getting chased. Fourth one, he comes back. She was only in 3. Okay, alright. She was in 3. It was still cool. Then I'd have to hate it. But she's got those dogs, man. Those dogs were sweet. And then someone shot her dog, and she goes crazy. As would I.
Truth.
And John Wick understands. I need to do something here real quick. I know what I need to do. Oh, stay.
Breaking out the accessories, I see.
Yeah. Probably. Hopefully I didn't tape over. Or hopefully that's enough tape. Hopefully I'm doing this good. Three's villain was underwhelming. It's probably its biggest problem. Mark for everybody's too nice and not a villain type actor to me. Bloodsport? Is that the one where the dude's like, why you train him but not me? Why you train him but not me?
Yeah, I don't know. I
Right?
don't think I've ever seen Bloodsport.
Jean-Claude Van Damme?
I know it's Van Damme, yeah. I might have seen it. Like, I feel like I saw a bunch of movies like that when I was a kid, and I was too young to remember because my dad would just rent them, and he was really into those.
How come you coach him but not me? Okay, how come you coach him but not me?
I'm clearly missing out. Really.
Yeah, man. You gotta get on it, dude. You gotta rent that shit.
I'm pretty sure it's on some service that I have access to.
No, you gotta go to Blockbuster. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, you're probably right. I gotta go get the VHS.
Yeah. You gotta watch it the way it's meant to be watched.
Yeah, the way it's meant to be watched with where you have to watch the previews that are on the VHS first. Shit was wild. It's like I bought this,
And there's ads on it.
There's ads on it that I have to watch every time, or I'll, like I can fast forward through them, I guess. But jeez,
Dude, yeah, that stuff is ridiculous, isn't it? And it's just funny because things would have dates on them, and then it would, you would watch it like 10 years later. So just, it's like, oh yeah, well, that's over with.
oh yeah.
I watch those fight clips on YouTube every week. It's mandatory. How come you coach him in me?
I don't know why I just thought of this, but like I remember, so one time, like we were going on this field trip or something, and I was carpooling with one of my friends in middle school, and they had like his mom had this like big ass old like wood panel van, right?
Yeah.
And in the back seat they had a like a little TV that had like a VCR hooked up to it.
Yeah.
And he had a it was just a VHS tape with like just fight scenes from a bunch of random action movies. Like
Just montages, like.
yeah, it wasn't even it was just like here's the whole like fight scene from like the last scene in Blade.
What?
That was just like that was the only one I remember. It might have been the only one we watched actually. Now that I think about it, but there was like several on this VHS tape, and it was like who is this for? Like, why does this exist? It's like the things that I'm glad the internet like removed from existence is like, yeah, you could go to like Best Buy and get a fucking VHS tape that just has fight scenes from movies. It's just got like it's like a little highlight reel, you know.
Well, if you don't want to watch all of the John Wick movies, you can watch this video.
If you don't want to watch the rest of Blade,
dude, Blade is amazing.
Sweet, and like the final scene where he fights, I don't remember the villain's name.
What, Dracula? Oh, in the first
No,
movie. Okay.
yeah. What the fuck was that guy's name? It was like Ice or something.
I don't even
uh,
remember, but it's Wesley
uh,
Snipes being cool and killing people
yeah,
or
and like every
vampires.
scene in that movie is a banger. And honestly, the final scene is not even the best one. So
Dude,
I
yeah, the
mean,
music in it, man. Oh boy.
yeah,
Oh man. And then he's just killing vampires in the most ridiculous ways possible.
yes,
It's amazing. It's amazing.
yeah. It's a real shame that those. Well, I like because the second one is Guillermo del Toro, I think, right?
I think so.
Yeah, Ron Perlman's in it, like pre Hellboy. Uh,
Oh yeah.
yeah, it's a good one. And then the third one is like kind of dog. It's not so good.
It's kind of
It's
poo-pooey. It's a little
yeah,
poo-pooey. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, a little stanky.
It's
That
still
movie.
fun, but it's
Still
not
fun.
as fun as the other
Yeah,
ones.
yeah. No, not as fun.
That's what makes a good movie for me is the fun factor. Same thing with
Yeah,
games. If it's not fun, why am I playing this?
yeah. What the heck?
What am I doing here? Deacon Frost?
Deacon Frost. That's why I was like
Yeah.
ice. Why am I thinking of ice? It's Deacon. Yeah, Frost. Yeah, that's right.
I Wasted Donnie Yen is in part 2. He does nothing. He
Yeah,
dies
that's
in a
right.
sewer in the dark. Really?
It's like
Oh man.
yeah, they don't yeah, that's one of the flaws of that one. The second one is
Wow.
just kind of weird. Like it is a very like it feels like a early Guillermo del Toro movie in a lot of ways. So,
Dang.
uh, but yeah, Donnie Yen could have been much better used. I forgot he was in that movie.
Yeah, it's the same.
I'm trying to think of like I remember for some reason I got dragged to the theater to see Expendables 2
No way.
and 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 frickin' Jet Li like leaves in the first like 5 minutes and I'm like, God damn it, that's like half the reason I like agreed to come see this movie is
It's because of him.
because Jet Li was gonna be at least like doing some cool shit in it because all these other guys are too old to actually do anything cool. They just like shoot people,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and just like mow people down with assault rifles. It's like really boring. Oh yeah, have you seen the first Transporter,
Yeah.
Danny?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Transporter those movies are sick. The
Those
Jason
movies are
Statham
amazing.
ones, they're
Oh,
really good.
got a certain set of rules here.
Yeah,
I don't even
just
remember
like
what the line is,
do
but it's
you
so
remember this
good.
scene where it's like shirtless Jason Statham is like just scooting around in this like big like garage like covered in oil,
Dude, I was
like
literally thinking
just
about that scene
sliding
today.
around.
And then he puts on the bike pedals on his feet and starts whipping ass.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
freaking sick. Like just like so cool. Like
yeah.
I feel like that kind of like obviously that's the kind of thing you don't get in a movie like Expendables because like that's the kind of shit that's only even like not even most of those actors, but like a few of them were doing in their prime, you know?
Yeah.
Like Statham was doing that kind of stuff, Jet Li obviously, but like Sylvester Stallone, like I mean the Rocky movies are like the closest he got probably to like actually doing, like physical shit.
Yeah. I think he I think he did get physical in the Rocky movies. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure they actually hit each other in a lot of
yeah.
scenes.
So like he get Rocky, and then like I
That's why I
don't,
can't talk
yeah,
straight. No, I'm just kidding.
right.
Oh,
Okay,
you want to make a Rocky?
make a Rocky movie.
I'm just kidding. I still love Sylvester Stallone. So
Yeah, yeah, he's fine. I mean, it's like it's just like the type of action that I like is definitely more so that like really highly choreographed kind of stuff.
yeah,
The Jackie Chan, early Jackie Chan type stuff. I remember this fucking kid in like middle school is trying to tell me like, oh, Jackie Chan isn't allowed to do his own stunts for insurance reasons or some shit.
What?
And I'm just like, you're a moron. Most of these movies were made like, like a lot of his movies where he does definitely do his own stunts. Like,
Dude, you
first
see
of
the
all, not-
outtakes, and he's like getting
Yeah.
squeezed and stuff, and
Right.
diving into what the drunken master or whatever, when he
Yeah,
actually jumps into a fire pit.
It's like, did you think anybody gave a shit on the sets of these like Hong Kong movies? Like, no. Like, obviously doing his own stunts in those movies. And then there's like, I mean, even his later work. There's like this one. I remember we had this one DVD where it had all like the outtakes and all the stunts and the credits and everything. And he's like jumping around. He's got this huge cast on his foot. 'Cause he,
Yeah.
like, broke his foot, and then they put like a giant tennis shoe over it.
Oh, I think that was a Rush Hour movie.
It wasn't Rush Hour, but I'm not saying it wasn't Rush Hour. It's the kind of thing that probably would have happened to him multiple times.
Oh, no, wait, was it a really
One
old
that was,
movie?
like, set it wasn't super old, but I think it was set in like Australia, maybe. I don't think it
Rumble
was
in the
like,
Bronx, when he
might have
jumped
been
on the
Rumble in the
hovercraft.
Bronx.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, it might have been
So
Rumble
it's
in the
just,
Bronx. Now I think about it.
They also said, "God damn it, you guys were just kids when these horrible movies came out, and you like them now. Us young adults were angry."
What horrible movies! I'm not saying that like Rumble in the Bronx was good, but like Drunken Master, like that shit is incredible.
I love that movie.
Yeah, Drunken Master is really good. What was it?
Yeah, he was talking about all the action movies we were talking about.
What, like Transporter?
I guess.
Transporter is a fucking masterpiece, my man. Okay. Hold
Trey says Transporter was ass.
Dude, the first Transporter movie is incredible for its action choreography. I gotta come down hard on that one. The first, I think both Cranked were pretty good too.
Dude, Cranked was a. That was. So, oh my god, I love Crank, man. I love Crank
so
so
much.
much.
To say Crank was shit. I'm gonna have to. I don't know.
That's.
Eat some ice cream.
I'm gonna have to eat some ice cream after this conversation.
I'm gonna go watch these movies and be like, oh wait, these are kind of shit. I mean,
exactly.
Of course they are. I mean, they are in the way that like almost all contrived like action movies are kind of shit. But the difference is, the action is actually good, which is unlike something like The Expendables or like, or like, have you ever seen? Well, I'm trying to think of like some of Stallone's movies where it's like his Judge Dredd is like a real piece of shit.
Oh
it's
god,
like funny.
Did you see the new one?
The new one is fun.
The new one's great. With Carl Urban as Dredd, and the helmet never comes off.
Yeah,
it's beautiful. Carl Urban is a man of many talents. I love that dude. Underrated actor. I'm gonna say right now.
Okay. Hold the phone. This comment. I'm not confusing foreign and American productions. Okay. Everybody knows the Tuxedo sucked. Nobody brought up the Tuxedo. You brought up the Tuxedo.
You brought up the Tuxedo.
Nobody thinks the Tuxedo's good. On that much we can certainly.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, the Tuxedo is ass. What is it? It started my lifelong hatred of formal wear.
I think that's what caused my long hatred of it too. Because what is it that he puts on the suit and then he can like fight people or something?
He can do kung fu.
And then he can do kung fu. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not even like he's not even like I know kung fu. It's like, oh, I'm accidentally doing kung fu because I put on this spy's super suit.
But it's got Jackie Chan's surprised face, like
Yeah,
it's
in a suit. Honestly, like the thing about that is, if done well, like the potential for Jackie Chan to execute physical comedy and like choreography where it's like, oh, I'm like not controlling this. Like that could be potentially a really visually interesting motif, but yeah.
I bet I could list 5 U.S. production movies. The last time you said anything about them, you said it was fun. Well, yeah.
I don't get it. Wait,
Why is that a bad thing?
list the 5 movies. Or list 2 movies. Let's play a game.
Let's play. Do you want to play a game?
Yeah. No, I'm curious. I am just curious. Yeah, like because.
But the Raid? Have you seen the Raid?
The Raid. No, I don't think so.
And
Which one is the Raid? Is that a?
It's.
Where they're in a building.
Yeah. It's like a SWAT team that goes into a building. I forget the dude, who's the main guy, but he's an amazing martial artist as well. He's been in a few stuff. Huh?
One so there's the movies that goes there. Jet Li's the one. Romeo Must Die. I did not see that one. Or War.
Oh, Jason Statham War.
I did not see War. I think I saw the one, and then I remember. So I used to go to this martial arts camp. It was like in the spring and fall, and there was this kid who was like telling me this story. About like an escaped clone or some shit, and he was literally just like trying to sell me the plot of the one.
Yeah.
It was like a true story that he heard on the news. And I was like, I just like humored him, but the entire time I'm just like, this is just that Jet Li movie, like where like there's clones from alternate dimensions or whatever. And
that stuff was crazy. The ending of that was like, what is happening?
Yeah, where he like enters like whatever, like what is like the evil version goes somewhere and like
it's like his hell, and he's just fighting like millions of hymns.
Yeah.
I can't remember
anything about that movie.
I watched it recently, and yeah, it was an interesting time.
I basically just remember the ending.
And there's another movie there's a shot in a long hallway. I think it's called Old Boy or Good Boy? But it's like there's this iconic fight scene in a hallway, and he's just like
where he's just taking down a bunch of dudes and it's a continuous shot.
Yeah, it's just one continuous shot.
Yeah.
And it's insane. The story of that movie is super fucked. But it's really good. Old Boy from Korea. Yep, there we go. I think they did a remake of it, and it's horrible. Of course. I forget who plays Old Boy. Is it Josh Brolin or something? Love Josh Brolin, but you don't need to remake that.
Yeah, I didn't see the remake. I still haven't watched the original either. It was one of those movies that was always on my list. I never got around to it.
Thanos, yeah. Nutsack chin guy, yeah.
Yeah, big purple nutsack.
Big purple sack right on the chin. You know why people my age hate these movies? Because we paid for a movie ticket to see them and not a Blockbuster or Redbox rental. Hey, yeah, I could see that. I could see that pissing people off.
And it's like some of these movies, it's like they really would have been better as a straight to streaming movie, because then you wouldn't have had to, pay for an overpriced ticket and all that shit. I understand that. That's fair.
I get it.
Of course, back then movies were probably 5 cents. Walk in there and toss a dime to the.
Hello there, old boy. I'd like to go see the transport. I see. Yeah.
Would you like some refreshments? We've got an intermission coming up. How about some peanuts, there, fella? How about a bag of Cracker Jacks? What do you think?
I like Cracker Jacks. I haven't had them in a while.
I feel like the last time I had Cracker Jacks, they had been sitting out for a really long time. Like it was just a super old box, and they were stale as shit.
Yeah, it's kind of how they are sometimes.
Just a really unpleasant experience all around.
Yeah, I get that. I get that.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know. I might see Oppenheimer in theaters. I have to see it
It's-
yet. You
Jesus, I guess I'm old enough that we saw the invention of color movies.
know? God damn.
Oh gosh. That's great. Just
Yeah,
innovation.
see, I see my exposure to an old person who likes action movies is my dad.
Same.
And he never had a single complaint about any of the movies you listed. And also much worse movies than any of
All the
these.
Steven Seagal movies that we were
Yeah,
talking
he
smack
loves
about,
Steven
my dad
Seagal.
loved them.
Yeah. Or do we have the same dad? Are we actually brothers?
We might be brothers, dude. We might be
just
brothers.
Yeah, my dad rented the most garbo ass movies, and he will watch them at like max volume, and my mom will just be like the
What?
entire time yelling at him about how much the movie sucks, and like one time I came home to visit, and he was watching some like foreign action movie that was like shot entirely on a drone,
What?
and it was like a nauseating experience. I was like, I don't understand how you're watching this right now. This is making me sick. Like, it was disgusting. It was
Dad,
like,
please stop it.
like the camera quality was really bad, and like all the shots were like really like I don't know if it was literally shot on a drone, but it was like like they made it look like it was shot on a drone. It was
Yeah.
very disorienting and unpleasant.
Oh man. You know what that sounds like to me?
You know, what's that?
It sounds like poo poo. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, it was some poo-poo. Yeah.
There's a lot of.
Or like this other time, I came home and he was watching the Snake Eyes movie.
The Snake Eyes movie.
G.I. Joe Snake Eyes.
Oh, oh.
And he was and it was so fucking loud. And like me and my fiance were there, you know, visiting, and we couldn't go to sleep. Like because it was so loud because my dad's hearing is fucking shot.
Dad!
So we just had to stay up with him and watch the rest of the movie. And
Oh my god, he's like, this is fun, isn't it?
yeah, especially having like not seen half of it, I was like, not only is this incoherent, but it also just generally kind of blows. So there's that.
Dad, you have a terrible taste in movies. What? I love you.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's funny. Like
Yeah, I don't know
that's
what it
that's
is
like my
about dads.
grandfather, man. Noah feels your pain, man. If you
Are
guys
we
into
are we
YouTube.
brothers actually?
I think we're all brothers. We might all be
Brothers.
related. Yeah.
Oh, brothers. Cool. Nice to meet you.
If you guys are
like-
into YouTube content reviewers, check out a guy named Space Ice. His quick reviews and hatred for Seagal are amazing. He's funny as hell. That is a sell right there, my friend.
Yeah, it's like, you know, it's like Seagal is low hanging fruit, but goddamn, is it not fun to like, you know, take a rotten peach and just like smash it with a baseball bat? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, Steven Seagal, he's just too much fun to.
And the best part about it is that he's like very full of himself too.
Yeah, he like
So-
deserves it. It's not like, you know, he's got some kind of, you know, brain injury or something that makes him like compelled to make shitty movies.
No, he's
He's just a
He's
con
awful.
man and
Yeah.
a weirdo.
Yeah.
Fucking he's always like half the time he's pretending to be an Asian guy, and half the time he's pretending to be a black guy. Like
Oh,
the, he's like affect in a lot of his newer movies, especially like he sort of has this he has like an accent that's like it's not racially sensitive. I'll just put it that way.
oh, jeez.
But the funniest thing is like his like fake martial arts stuff, where he you know like flips people over who have been you know
That just
coached
actually flip over. He's not
to be
actually doing
flipped.
anything. He just
Yeah,
does a judo chop, and they're like, oh.
yeah. I think the thing about that is like if you actually went at him and attacked him, you'd probably get like shot by a Russian mobster like sitting in the crowd. I'm pretty sure that's the only reason why somebody wouldn't like go and try and humiliate him.
Russian monster.
Yeah. Isn't he buddies with Putin or something?
I have no idea. If he
Think he
is,
might
that
be.
is not good.
No.
I know nothing about it. I remember seeing that video of him um, at like I don't even know what kind of thing it was. It was like some sort of martial arts thing that he shouldn't have been at, and people were running at him, and he was just doing his like little hand swat thing, and people were
Yep.
flying around.
Yeah, half the time he like doesn't even touch them. He's
Yeah,
like
he
too
doesn't even
lazy
touch
to
them.
even like reach out all the way to like make the illusion work.
I remember seeing that, and I'm like, oh wow, he actually doesn't know how to fight. Because the last time I seen any like Jason or Steven Seagal thing was like when I was a kid. So I just remember like my dad liking it, and then that there was a lot of fight scenes and stuff in the Steven Seagal movies, and then I see this one video pop up of like more current Steven Seagal, and I was like, wait, he never knew how to fight this whole time.
Yeah.
I just like get flashbacks. I'm like, oh dear God. My dad liked those movies? Why?
I just remember this really embarrassing incident when I was a kid where when you're embarrassed about something already,
Oh yeah.
uh, it becomes, oh, my dog's coming in. I'm sorry, am I keeping you up, buddy? Anyway, uh, so my dad rented a Seagal movie, and then as we were on the way out of Blockbuster, somebody he knew from work came up to us, and they were just like talking on the way out of Blockbuster, and my dad looks, and the guy asked like, "Oh, what are you renting?" And my dad's like, "Here, son, tell him what we're renting." And it was a movie called "I'll Sleep When I'm Dead."
Uh-huh.
It was a Steven Seagal movie called "I'll Sleep When I'm Dead."
Oh.
And I looked at it, and because I was already primed to be like embarrassed by whatever was about to happen, because my dad is like an inherently embarrassing person, uh, I read it as "I'll sleep with you when I'm dead," like it was like a sex thing.
I'll sleep with you
Which
when I'm dead.
yeah, which makes it actually makes it just sound like a rom com.
Yeah.
In retrospect, it's actually wouldn't have been that embarrassing, but I was
Oh.
really, yeah, at the time I was like, oh, this is embarrassing.
It's hilarious. I'll sleep with you when I'm dead. That's
Yep.
that's not the that's not the movie.
Yeah. This is definitely from the era where I would tag along with my dad to Blockbuster just to look at whatever like PS2 games were on sale.
Oh, I would do the
And
same thing with my
I,
mom, dude.
I
Yep.
didn't have any interest in movies. I was like, I'm going to escape to my room as soon as possible.
Yep.
And actually, I don't even think I had a TV in my room at that point. I was like going up into this little loft area that we had where there was a TV, and I would sneak away and play video games while my parents watched movies.
Oh yeah. Sounds about right. I did a lot of Blockbuster scanning. I'm pretty sure that's how I got the Punisher game, was by renting it
Mm.
a whole bunch and then just never returning it or something. I can't remember, but I had that game and it was amazing when I was a kid. Did you ever play the Punisher game?
I don't think that I did. No, was it based on the first movie, or was it just a standalone thing?
It was a standalone thing. You're basically the Punisher, and you're just going out and like killing a whole bunch of mobsters and stuff.
Nice.
Just going on rampages. It was But the cool thing about it was that like you would unlock these weapons as you go through the game, and you can replay the older missions with those weapons. So then you can just like do speed runs and stuff, or see how this works. And you could dual wield M16s or shotguns and stuff, and it was a really wacky game. And you could also like torture people to get information and stuff. It was very dark. I remember my sister walked in one time because I was like super young, and she walks in, she's like, "What the hell are you playing?" And the dude's just like got one of those drills for like it was a drill press. It was a drill press, and he's got the dude underneath the drill press, and he's just like hovering it above his head, trying to get information out of it. And then you can let it go. You could just like hold the left stick all the way up, and he just and then it just goes through.
Yeah, dang. That's awesome, dude. That's exactly the kind of content that a young boy's brain needs.
Dude, it really was. It's what I wanted. It's like that and Dead Space, and oh man.
Yeah, I gotta tell you though, like, because you mentioned your sister coming in.
Yeah.
My sister was like a maniac. She was a sadist, like, but she hit it well. But then when we play like I remember when I first got Grand Theft Auto 3, she was like super into just like getting in the cars and like running over like hookers and stuff. She thought that was the funniest thing ever.
Do that.
And then I remember we used to watch Supernatural.
Oh yeah.
We get DVDs of the old seasons from the library, and there was this one episode where it was like the episode with the trickster god that was like whatever. Dean was like stuck in like a Groundhog's Day situation.
Yeah.
Where Sam kept dying over and over again, and my sister like thought that was the funniest shit ever. Like, there's this part where they're just like walking across the street, and like Sam gets absolutely smoked by this car and just goes like flying in the air, and she made me like rewind that part like 3 times. It was great.
It's like, go back.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
It was really funny, to be fair, but
gosh, that's so funny. My sister loved horror movies, so I watched a lot of that kind of stuff when I was young, when I probably shouldn't have. But man, it was a good time. Like a lot of Halloween. That was her favorite one. No, actually, Scream was her favorite one. It still is her favorite one. But Halloween was definitely one of them. I remember watching that a lot. And
is Halloween the one with Jamie Lee Curtis?
Yeah.
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 I was just asking because I finished season 2 of The Bear. And
oh, she's in there too, right?
Yeah, she's incredible in that show.
Of course.
Like, yeah, she's really good, and obviously she was really good in Everything Everywhere.
Oh yeah, I saw that recently, man. It's so good.
Yeah, the fact that like she won Best Supporting Actress, I think.
Oh, did she?
I think for that, and I'm like, she should have won it for fucking The Bear. She was tour de force in that show. She was, her acting chops were well on display.
She still got it.
Yeah, probably has it more so than back in the day.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, true.
Okay. There's some actors that definitely just like give up on trying to be good at acting, like Steven Seagal. There are others that like just get better and better and better. They like just never stop getting better.
Yeah, like Keanu, all he needs to do now is say, "Yeah," and that's it. That's all he needs to do.
Yeah, he trains like a maniac.
Well, yeah. He trains like a maniac, but like.
But not in acting.
No, he just trains, and he just does the scenes great. Anyway, um, let's see what the witch said today. My uncle had the worst taste in movies when I used to visit him. When I used to visit him and I was bored as shit, his movies were all the terrible sequels to good movies. Die Hard 2, Exorcist 2, Lethal Weapon 3, Highlander 2. They made a Highlander 2?
Dude, I think they made a bunch of Highlanders. The most of them like suck.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Die Hard 2? Which one was Die Hard 2? What happened?
Die Hard 2 at the airport?
I think so. That's the one I don't remember. I know Die Hard with a Vengeance. I know the first one. I know, was it Die Hard Freedom, or I can't remember which one it was. It was like in 2008 or something.
Did your uncle shop at Walmart? Because you can't get the good movies in the Walmart bargain bin, you know?
That's where my dad always went. He was like, let's see what kind of movies I got here.
You get all the shitty sequels in there, though, for sure.
Yeah. Like all the Jaws sequels.
Yeah.
Can you believe they made more Jaws movies?
Speaking of Jason Statham, they're making The Meg.
That's
2,
right. That's
which I
right.
didn't see the first one.
Neither have I, man.
I knew it existed, and then the trailer came on when we were seeing. What did we just see? Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah. Which is amazing.
Which is amazing. Which is an actually quality film. But yeah, the trailer for the Meg 2 came on, and Maddie was like, "This is the second one? Like, there was a first one of this? Like,
when did the first one happen?"
Yeah, you missed it. You missed a really important cultural milestone.
We did it. We really did it. We've accomplished so much. So I realized that I inked something the wrong way.
Die Hard 5, Bruce is still alive? Yeah, it's really sad, because Bruce Willis now has, like, dementia or something, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, he's been doing all these movies. He's, like, apparently, like, trying to set up, basically, you know, he's making extra money while he still can, while his likeness is still, worth something to, like, set his kids up and everything. Not that I'm sure they need that much, but
wow.
Like, a lot of the movies that he's been in lately are just like he barely talks in them, or he seems really out of it. Like, it's not good.
Oh man, I didn't know that. That sucks.
Yeah. So unlike so he's like, you know, the opposite of the Steven Seagal example, where he's making shitty movies, yes, but it's like not his fault that he's bad in them.
It's not his fault.
It's not his fault, no.
Dang, dude.
And people actually want him in their movies, whereas Steven Seagal has to, like, partner with some shady Russian people to, like, make his movies.
I just want to be in this movie and do some flipping around, do some flippity doodas. You know what I mean? Yeah.
This is like
that's my Steven Seagal
I
impression.
was gonna say that's like Seagal, right? I was trying to think of how you mash up their names, because they both have the same first name. It's like that. Wait, yeah. Wait, who am I thinking?
Wait, what?
I think I just did a brain fart.
Yeah, you did.
I was having some kind of episode.
Are you okay? Are you? Do you have dementia?
I have super early onset dementia, apparently.
Oh dear.
No, what I was gonna say, because for some reason I spaced, and I thought that Sylvester Stallone's first name was Steven for a minute. But what I was trying to say is that the voice you were doing sounded more like Sylvester, or sounded more like Steven Stallone.
Steven Stallone.
Like it was like a mashup of Seagal and Stallone kind of situation.
Wait, did I say that was a Stallone impression? Is that what I said?
No, you were right. You said it was
Okay.
your Seagal impression. And I was like, it kind of sounds like Stallone.
That's what, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you just have to turn up the I just got punched in the face really hard a little bit more.
I
I
can't.
don't think Steven Seagal has ever been hit.
No, he's definitely been hit.
I don't think so. I think like I said earlier, if he got hit, somebody would shoot his attacker. Like I mean, like he's like organized his life to avoid pain or discomfort of any kind. So he wouldn't get hit just because he wouldn't willingly put himself in a situation where there's even a possibility that he might get hit.
No, I'm not gonna get hit, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna do it, you know?
So
I got a face that's worth millions, you know what I mean? I got a face.
This is the money maker, man.
This is a money maker, okay?
Yeah, you got to get that like, hey man.
Hey
That's
man.
that's how he talks.
Yeah.
He's
He's kind of like a little mumble, you know?
he's got a purposeful mumble, like
Yeah.
he does it on purpose.
Yeah.
There's no reason he should be talking like that.
There's no reason.
Like Bruce Willis, who mumbles because he's got brain damage or something. It's really sad.
Oh yeah, man. That's crazy. I had no idea.
Yeah, I mean his movies that are coming out these days are like really. It's really sad to see him in them. It's not good. Not that they're like. I don't think there's anything really. That's why he's not in like blockbuster movies anymore. You know.
Yeah, that's true. Dang.
Probably not since the last big Die Hard.
Which wasn't that long ago, actually. I feel like,
Yeah, probably not.
cause yeah, there was that fifth one. It was like his daughter or his son. He was like with his son. Or something.
I think he had a son and a daughter.
Yeah. Are they both in the movie? Because I know that his daughter was in, or like the character's daughter. I don't know if it's his actual daughter, but
he had definitely had. The character had a son and a daughter. I'm not sure if they were in the same movie. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous that like that Die Hard is a franchise at all.
dude, yeah, it's like everything keeps happening to this guy.
Yeah. Like the at least which was the movie where like the original like Hans Gruber's like brother comes back or something.
Oh, I don't know.
At least there's like an angle where it's like feasible that somebody might try and like take revenge on him.
Yeah.
But besides that, it doesn't make any sense.
He's just an unlucky guy that keeps getting into these situations.
Which I mean, honestly, is a pretty funny reason to be the star of an action movie.
I mean, he dies hard, man. He hasn't died yet. Jeremy Irons in Part 3 was Han's brother. Okay.
Oh, that was Jeremy Irons. Oh yeah. Jeremy Irons of is Jeremy Irons the one I'm thinking of? I'm gonna look him up.
I'm terrible with names.
Yeah, Jeremy Irons, who is of Dungeons and Dragons fame. He was the villain in the ill-fated old Dungeons and Dragons movie.
Oh, no way.
With actually, I don't know who else was in that movie besides I think one of the Wayans brothers.
What?
Yeah, it was a wild movie. Jeremy Irons is in it as a villain. He like really hams it up. It's just like I know I'm in a garbage movie, so I'm gonna be really cheesy.
Let's do it. Dude, have you seen, speaking of really cheesy and bad movies, have you seen Punisher Warzone?
I only saw I think the end of that movie where Like, tell me if this scene is in this movie.
Uh-huh.
So, they have the villain like in a chair or something,
Uh-huh.
and he's like caught, and the Punisher, where Frank Castle is standing there with like a shotgun in his hand, and a cop is standing next to him,
Uh-huh.
and the cop is like reading the guy's Miranda rights or some shit, and like Frank just like blows his head off, and the cop is like, "God damn it, Frank!" Is that scene in that movie?
There is a scene like that, and he's holding a
Okay.
child.
Is he?
He's
Is he
holding a child. Frank Castle is
Okay,
holding a child. Now, he's
that might
holding
be
a
worth
real
it.
child in one scene, okay? And then if you look really closely, you can see that the next scene, it's a mannequin.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
awesome.
That's pretty good.
It's very much like Punisher Warzone. I watched it recently. It's a grindhouse film, basically.
Yes.
It's like
Yeah.
way over the top with the violence. I was reading this article that was talking about the director for it, which she doesn't have a career in anymore because of that movie. But she got the script, and it was so bad that she was like, the only way I can make this work is if I make it super cheesy. And
Yeah.
so she made it the way it is, which she did great. It's like a grindhouse film. She did exactly what she wanted to do with it, but now she does not have a career because someone gave
Because
her a terrible script.
it's so, yeah, that's unfortunate because I feel like from what I remember hearing about it was, even though it was kind of like a box office failure, like people who understood it for what it was like enjoyed it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's the Punisher, right? I mean, it is
Yeah, the
still
only
not a good movie. Like but she did what she could.
yeah, Punisher is a tough character to work with. I feel like because he
But I
really
mean, what's
isn't
his name?
supposed to be taken. Well, it's like it's hard to do it where who is it? John Bernthal.
Yeah, dude, I was about to say
I mean,
Johnny
he is
Berthal.
incredible. Yeah, and but he walks a very thin line between like, are we supposed to be critical of this character or sympathetic to him? You know,
Yeah,
like so it's hard to walk that line, and so I almost prefer the I don't prefer it literally in terms of execution, but as a theme, I think for a movie, it's easier to make it really ridiculous
yeah.
than it is to like make it too serious.
I'm kind of scared of what Marvel's gonna do with Johnny Bernthal's Punisher, though.
Oh, I think whatever they do with it is going to be ass. I
Yeah,
think it's going to
yeah,
stink.
because the Netflix stuff was amazing. I love the
Yeah,
Netflix stuff,
yeah, it's really
especially
good.
the Daredevil show. That was great. That was great. But now they're like basically gonna do the same storyline, but Disneyfy it, I guess. I have no idea. I have no idea.
Yeah,
Oh, the pre-MCU Marvel movies were rough, like really rough. Daredevil, Affleck, Elektra. Elektra's awful. Fantastic Four. Oh yeah, the Fantastic Four movies were bad. X-Men 3? Which one? What? Was X-Men 3 the one where
it was the one
the
where he lifts the
Phoenix?
bridge. Yeah, and the Phoenix.
Okay, yeah,
Uh,
because then like Logan is in love with Jean, but like we've never seen that relationship really bloom or anything. So it's just like, wait,
she
you're in
like
love with her?
ended up at the bottom of the lake in the
Yeah,
second movie.
yeah,
Yeah, Wolverine Origins stunk, which is a real shame because the Origins comics are really good.
dude.
Or like the first one where he's like a kid and everything, and
Yeah,
then
and he
grows
kills his
up.
dad and shit.
Yeah, it's like really that's some good stuff.
It's crazy.
Uh, yeah, well, notice. Well, okay, so yeah, all these movies stink. Yes, um, but we had Spider Man. Yep.
Yeah,
There you go.
the Sam Raimi
Spider
Spider-Man
Man. We
films.
had the first two X Men, which were serviceable. Um, some would even like. I don't know. I haven't seen X2 in so long. I don't remember if it's actually as good as people said it was.
Yeah,
Can't speak to that off the top of my brain. But that was I was very entertained by it as a kid. but I was also obsessed with Wolverine. So
Yeah, because it was like a Weapon X story, right?
the second one, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah. That one was fun. But also, love Wolverine, so.
Yeah, yeah.
Also
And then
not a
the
big fan of, like, I enjoyed Old Man Logan, but it is not Old Man Logan.
no, it's a very different story,
It's a
and I think it
very
kind of
different.
needed to be because otherwise, like I mean, he goes around killing all these like major Marvel characters.
Dude, but
Like,
man, like,
I mean, it was
he
just sick,
vows to
but
never use his claws again, man. And
yeah,
then he comes back home. He's like, "Are you?" Ooh, sick," and then he goes on a rampage. Okay,
yeah,
the Hillbilly Hulks, get out of my
yep,
face. That needs to be in a movie.
yeah. I feel well. It's unfortunate is like Marvel, the MCU is at the point where they could include stuff like that, but if they do, it will suck.
Yeah.
Uh,
The thing is like
Logan
they're
is a
trying to
bad
make.
movie.
Say
I
what?
will argue that point to everyone that says it isn't. That's what.
Yeah, it's not. It's not the best. It's not, especially when he kills Xavier. Or he
Yeah,
doesn't kill Xavier. That whole sequence is like that could have been done in such a different way, like in a
yeah.
better way.
I'm willing to see that it's not a perfect movie. I would say that it's a good movie.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah,
I don't know.
Days of
It's
Future Past was yeah. Days of
that one
Future
was
Past was
fun.
good.
Also, but they're all the good ones are like Wolverine movies,
Yeah, but also
basically.
some of the really bad ones. Send off the actor is Jackie Stewart, but as a Logan movie, it
Yeah,
was
yeah, I
narratively
agree.
awful. Mm.
Yeah, it was. Narratively, it was bad. Like meeting that whole family and shit, and then the whole family dies. I'm just like, oh man, that's not good. That's not good. We could have done this differently.
Yeah, it is a pretty yeah depressing movie.
Yeah.
But as far as the structure of it, it's in the vein of kind of like Western movie that's a little more sad and somber.
Yeah, it's definitely that. It's definitely sad.
Yeah. And I think it is one of those movies that to be fair, at the time, I think, and even now, I think people look back on it fondly because it occupies that like this is a very different superhero story space, and
It
I think even
tried,
then,
but it
even
failed a
then,
little bit.
people were getting tired of like MCU stuff, and I think like movies like that, movies like the Batman, like the new one with Robert Pattinson and the Joker,
Hmm.
all get like a little boost because they're different, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
because that new Batman movie was like a detective movie.
yeah,
It's like,
right, right,
whoa, it's Batman doing detective stuff.
yeah. I like what's interesting to me, and I wonder if this is going to happen with the Batman too. For me, is that going back and watching like all the old Batman movies, like I really like the cracks showed a lot more. I don't know why. Like I used to, it was like, oh, the Christopher Nolan Batman movies are really good.
Yeah.
And then I go back and watch them, and everything is like weirdly super brightly lit, and there's a lot of like really cheesy stuff that I didn't notice when I was a kid because I thought it was so serious.
Yeah.
But it's really not particularly serious. Like none of those movies are. They're all kind of silly in a weird way, but maybe it's just being older and looking back on it and finding the concept of like superheroes silly as I don't know. Batman is another awful movie. I'd be interested to hear justifications for that because I would be uh, perhaps amenable to those arguments that the Batman actually stinks. Because I think all Batman movies actually might stink.
I
I
like
think
the
that
Michael
might be
Keaton ones, I will say.
those movies. Tim Burton goes absolutely bonkers,
Yeah.
and
It's ridiculous.
they're kind of fun in a a really silly way. He's like, I
Yeah.
want to have as many clowns as possible. He's like, but what about Batman? He's like, I don't give a fuck about Batman. What
But
about
the
this
clowns.
disgusting little what about this disgusting little penguin mutant guy that's he's
Okay.
Danny DeVito.
Jalen, no, no, you can't do that.
Out for Justice.
Better than the Batman? No, that's
I don't
not.
even know what Out for Justice is, and I can
I
confidently say that's not
I
true.
can
Just
confidently say that is wrong. Dear God, please make a decent Superman movie where he's not depressed space Jesus. I did like I'm gonna say it. I like Man of Steel. I like Man of Steel, and I like Snyder cut of the Justice League, not the other one. I like the Snyder cut.
Yeah, I didn't see the Snyder cut. I remember Man of Steel. Man of Steel is not my
It's definitely
favorite
not
movie
Superman, but
per se.
it's definitely a sad Superman. It's definitely a sad Superman,
Yeah,
but
I think I just like what is it? All Star Superman, the comic. Have you ever read that?
I no.
It's like so. Yeah, it's I don't know, I think it's a really fun story. It but it like it demonstrates, I think, some of the stuff about Superman that they really get wrong in like all of the TV and movie adaptations, where like Superman is just like actually a really chill dude,
Yeah.
like and it would be nice to kind of see that come through a little more. Yeah, the art is really good in it.
Yeah. I'm just not like a big dude, so okay. I organized my bookshelves, right? And I have a shitload of shelves of indie comics and one shelf that is Marvel and DC.
Yeah, bro.
Just
You got
one.
libraries. You got libraries down in
Pretty
North
much.
Carolina. Go to the fucking library and pick up. That's where I don't own All Star Superman. I think I got it at the
Yeah.
library. So go to the library.
So go to the library?
Go to the library. Be a nerd.
Okay.
Actually, I lied. I think I did just borrow that book from my cousin.
You're a liar. How dare you?
Yeah, I'm just a dirty stupid liar. I'm sorry.
So I will say, all right, the Man of Steel, it opens up. The opening is of the Fall of Krypton, and it's literally the Superman show from the '90s. It's literally that, just awesome. I mean, the cartoon is amazing too, but like Zack Snyder took the cartoon and made it that. Like it's amazing. It's super crazy.
I did get a kick out of Russell Crowe
Dude.
cruising around on like the bird pterodactyl thing from Heavy Metal.
Right?
That was kind of sick, actually. Like that was cool. I did like that. Like
That's so cool.
That specific scene, like everything in that opening sequence, I think was cool.
Like Zack Snyder's a nerd, man. He loves that shit. It's just he loves. So he tries to make them powerful by doing slow motion and stuff, which it works in a lot of sequences, but it is overdone a lot too with his directing, I feel like. But it is still good time. Like in Justice League, Zack Snyder's cut. That's a good time. It's a good time. You gotta watch it. I enjoyed it. I went into it like I'm not gonna like this, and then I was like, I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Because you're seeing people getting torn apart and people getting shot and shit. Like it's like a rated R kind of superhero thing, unlike what you typically see and everything. So
Didn't they brought in Joss Whedon to do the
ugh,
theatrical cut?
I didn't even watch that one, but like just him as a person, I don't like. So
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I wasted a lot of my life on Joss Whedon content.
I mean, Firefly is amazing. Did I watch all of it?
but-
No, but it's
Well,
it's.
you didn't watch all of it. It's like a season. It's like a short.
I
Season.
know. Every time I watch it, something happens to where I get distracted by something else. I don't know what happened this time.
I saw Serenity first.
That was the movie, right?
Yeah, it was the movie that sort of came out to wrap up the show because the show got canceled,
Uh,
right? And it's fine, you know. It's
I
good.
heard
Firefly is decent, and then I don't know, like Buffy. Everybody raves about Buffy, and it's just like it's a lot.
oh
It's
the
just a
Vampire
lot.
Slayer?
Yeah,
Dude, yeah.
it's a lot, and some of the acting is kind of rough because it's like, and it's also just
TV.
it's TV of that era where it's like we got this much time to fill,
Yeah.
let's fill it, let's
Yeah.
make all
It's
this
the same thing
shit.
with like Supernatural and
Yep.
The Witches or whatever it is. Like all those shows were literally like the same. They were the
Yeah.
same. They were all bad,
Yeah.
in my opinion. I did not enjoy it.
No, those kind of things that like I would get. Yeah, another thing. All right, get it at the library. Get the DVDs at the library. Bring it home, and we'd watch a shitload of Buffy. Like me and my dad. Um, but you ever watch Smallville?
I watched a little bit of it. My mom really enjoyed Smallville, actually.
Yeah, I was really into Smallville for a while. I would get the DVDs from the library,
Yeah.
and in the morning before I go to school, I would like watch a few episodes of Smallville. I was really into Smallville, and then Smallville is another one of those shows that goes on too long and it goes totally off the rails.
Yeah.
Because the whole point of it was always just like Superman in high school,
Yeah.
and it was just supposed to be Clark Kent. He's supposed to never take on the mantle of Superman in the show, and then they're just like, well, the show's been going so long that now he kind of has to become Superman,
Uh-huh.
or this doesn't make sense. But they never put him in the costume. It's kind of weird.
It's like he has this shirt with the S on it.
Yeah, yeah, he's always wearing like a jean jacket or something.
Yeah.
He's,
But
like
the
never
thing
actually.
is, like, that dude kind of looks like Christopher Reeves.
Yeah, yeah, he
He's
has the
got like
look.
a
They cast him
little
well.
likeness.
Yeah,
Which
but it's
Christopher Reeves
hilarious.
Superman, fantastic. Just saying.
Yeah,
Just gonna say.
the music is iconic as shit.
Oh yeah,
I get goosebumps when I hear
dude. Yep.
the original score
Yep.
stuff.
I watched that a lot when I was a kid. A lot. It was like that, and then I watched a little bit of the Batman movies, like the Tim Burton ones. But it was mainly Superman, and until the Tobey Maguire movies came out of Spider-Man, Sam
Yeah,
Raimi and stuff. That just blew my mind because big Spider-Man fan here. So that was my
yeah, those
first book,
movies.
his first comic, Spider-Man.
Yeah, the Spider-Man movies. I watched the shit out of those. Me and my brother were obsessed.
Oh yeah, for good reason. For good reason.
Okay, my drawings are getting. Well, some of these are okay. They've been getting worse and worse. I should probably hit the set. It's getting to be that time.
How dare you?
I know. I know. I'm a poser. I'm not a real artist.
How dare you, sir?
I was having. Yeah. I'm like. I was kind of sketching around earlier on. I definitely got some stuff I can work with. There's some fun stuff.
Yeah.
Sketches. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just not. I'm not built like you, Manny. I can't do crazy good inking all night.
I
Just a lazy boy.
Lazy
Hey,
boy.
oh, here's a superhero movie. You ever seen the Mystery Men?
Mystery Men.
Mystery Men with Ben Stiller.
I don't think so.
The villain is he's the guy who plays Captain Barbossa from the Pirates movies.
No, I have not seen this.
Yeah, Mystery Men's really fun. It's I don't know. It's like a goofy '90s comedy, you know.
Oh, it's a Ben Stiller movie.
Yeah, but it's got a vibe. I don't know. It's got a '90s vibe, and Ben Still. It's an ensemble cast kind of movie.
Okay.
And there's some funny shit in there. I don't know. It
I'll
was
have to
when I
check
was
it
a
out.
kid. I thought it was the bomb, but I don't know how well it holds up, to be honest.
Well, I'll tell you what. Tropic Thunder holds up, and it will hold up forever.
Did you recently rewatch Tropic Thunder?
I don't need to see it recently. You see, because I just know. No, I've seen that movie so many times. I love
Yeah,
that movie.
I think the first time I saw it, maybe I've seen like bits and pieces of it since the first time I saw it, but the first time I saw it, I definitely just pirated it
Oh,
and
dude, I
I
saw it in
watched.
theaters when it came out. It was great.
Yeah, but yeah, before Shrek used All Star as its theme song, it was in Mystery Men. Yeah,
Oh,
yep,
really?
yep, yeah. So
Getting
that
some
was
trivia knowledge here. This is good.
that was the thing. Yeah, this is some deep lore, my friend.
Like this. Getting educated. Let's go.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
All right. Well, I think I'm gonna call it a night, Manny. But
Alright, man.
fun.
Yeah, dude. Thanks for joining. Thanks for hanging out. As
No
always.
problemo.
You enjoy
You,
yourself, bro.
no, I'm enjoying myself straight to bed.
Yes, sir.
All
Yes,
right.
sir.
See you later, dude.
See you, bro. Whew. Before Shrek, Krypton was a great show. It was Sci-Fi Channel's show about Superman's grandfather on Krypton when he was young. It was like Snyder's look and feel, but with better storytelling. Dang, I never heard about this show. Interesting. Russell Crowe's a computer program pointing down hallways for Lois to escape the ship was great. Yeah, it was. It was pretty great. This way. I don't know, man. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. This is a guilty pleasure. I know everyone hates it. But I'm excited to see what James Gunn has in store for Superman. Flash movie was fucking awful, but saw that. I don't know if anyone else did. It's just the CGI was so bad. Oh, oh, God. And then they're like, "Oh yeah, that was on purpose." I'm like, "Really? That's your excuse?" No, I don't think it was just fine. No, I think it was bad. The multiverse stuff, it's stale now. Just imagine how it's gonna feel in about 5 years. We're gonna keep getting the same multiverse shit. The only thing that's good with it is the animated Spider-Man movies. Those are amazing because they can literally do whatever they want because it's animation. We don't have to rely on likenesses and like weird, um, like realistic movement and stuff. It's just animation. Do what you want. Do what you just experiment. Just have fun with it. Everyone's rubbery. You can stretch, exaggerate everything. It's amazing. I love animation stuff. Everything pop culture based is so dead for me. Star Wars, DC, Marvel, like Gunn taking over should be exciting, but the entire DCU has been so awful that I can't be excited until Gunn proves he can make a good. This is true. You hold a very good point, um, and I agree with you. I'm I'm excited, but I'm also like I don't really care at the same time. But I did enjoy his his Suicide Squad. Like that was like the only good DC movie that came out. Um, well, besides the movies I was talking about earlier, but like, um, yeah, he started to make DC fun again, like watchable. Um, and also the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, which I was very pleasantly surprised with when I first saw it in theaters like years ago. I'm pretty sure these lines are gonna get trimmed off when I print it, but for original art, it's gonna, it'll be nice. So I'll keep making lines. Yeah, because they actually push the idea beyond basic fan service. Yeah. I hate Margot Robbie's Harley too much that I couldn't enjoy Suicide Squad. Really? You hate her Harley? Whoa. That's hilarious. Everyone loves her as Harley Quinn. Have you seen the show? The Harley Quinn show? It's great. It just makes fun of DC. It's amazing. Like, it knows what it's doing. It knows what it is. It's a fun show. Oh boy. Okay. I grew up with the original Harley in the animated show, so all these changes to her just turn off to the character for me. Admittedly, in a case for me being too old to enjoy any of the recent stuff. Okay. Okay. The original Harley animated show. Oh, are you talking about the Batman? The Batman show? Animated series? The magnum opus of DC? Tim's Batman from '92. What? I don't remember Harley. I don't remember Harley in that. Interesting. Why do I not remember? Oh, for a second I thought you were talking about... Okay. Alright. Yes. The animated show. Got it. Got it. Got it. I just psyched myself out. Got you. Sorry, talking about the Tim Burton Batman. I was like, what? I don't remember that at all. Man, I'm just putting lines down, not even realizing it. Bruce Tim, yeah, no, I get you, I get you. It was just a brain fart. Some brain fart action going on. It's no big deal. Hmm. Right? It is totally a banger, dude. Extremity is amazing. Daniel Warren Johnson, he's got the goods, bro. You ought to read Space Mullet. He's never gonna finish Space Mullet, but like, there's a volume that's a complete story that you should definitely read. I think he published it through Dark Horse, but he's also got his webcomic that will never be finished, but because then he started getting paid to make comics, so he kind of isn't gonna go back to that. Although Tim's original Batman script was gonna have Harley as Joker's daughter getting revenge. That sounds awesome. I'm getting his Transformers book when it comes out. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. If that dude made a comic about a rock going down a mountain, I would buy it. I don't even care. He also did something with oh, I can't remember the artist's name, but he wrote or helped write some of Jurassic League. And it was like the Justice League but dinosaurs. It's pretty fun. It's wacky, but it's fun. I think it like helped write some of it, but yeah, I don't he did like a variant cover for it. He didn't draw any of it, but he did write or help write some of it. I'm pretty sure the artist is the main writer and artist for it, but Daniel Warren Johnson comes in and kind of helps with the writing a little bit. Do I want to render that? I don't really want to, but no, I'll just do these. Do the tick marks. Doesn't need anything crazy. And yeah, I think this might be it for this page. Maybe it's not. I see some other noodles I can put in, some noodle marks. See, look at that boot. Okay. I think this is done. What do y'all think, man? You like it? Get surprised. Opens. Takes down the latch. Smirk. Clack, clack, clack. Step. Boom. Yeah, I think we're good. I think it's bedtime now. That's what I think it is. But I'll give you a inside scoop of the next page that I printed out. And it's before this one too. So I'm just going back in time, but you know, there's a hallway with TVs, man. Hallway with TVs. And then boom, here we go. Thanks for letting me drown out anyone else. Yeah, no problem. No problem. Just keep the energy going, my friend. It's all good. I love it. Makes it a fun time. Looks good. I appreciate it. Very nice. Thank you so much. All right. Yeah, I think that's gonna be it for tonight. I might get on tomorrow, but early in the afternoon. I took tomorrow off. Got a con that I need to go to, so I'm gonna drive out there to my buddy's place, stay there for the night and everything, and set up the table for a little con. See how that goes. But if I'm not on tomorrow, then I'll be on probably Monday and then finish this out. But I appreciate everybody for hanging out, coming around. I'm gonna go to sleep. So y'all enjoy your night. Y'all enjoy your day tomorrow, your weekend. And we will talk soon. We'll hang out soon and get some more pages done. See you.